country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen.
President Trump ordered the blockade following direct talks with Iran and Pakistan over the weekend that failed to produce a permanent ceasefire.
Iran is doing absolutely no business, and we're going to keep it that way very easily.
Iran is threatening to target ports of U.S.-aligned nations along the Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman unless the U.S. ends its blockade.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. U.S. Central Command says the blockade will be enforced against vessels of all nations entering or departing Iranian ports and coastal areas, but leaving passage possible for non-Iranian ports and humanitarian shipments subject to inspection. President Trump doubling down on criticism of the Pope, again calling him weak on crime.
We believe strongly in law and order, and he seemed to have a problem with that, so there's nothing to apologize for. He's wrong.
Pope Leo has also criticized the conflict with Iran and the president's rhetoric on it, telling reporters at the start of an Africa trip he'll continue to speak out against war. The House Ethics Committee is now investigating allegations against California Congressman Eric Swalwell, who's been accused by multiple women of sexual misconduct, including a staffer. The panel's announcement comes a day after Swalwell withdrew from the crowded race for California governor after losing endorsements from top Democrats. In a social media post apologizing for what he called past mistakes in judgment, but also calling the allegations false. He's still facing some calls to resign. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis recuperating and will actually be talking with us at some point in the future. It's incredible, but he's doing better and better. Flounders in the house. We got double board, guys. We got Jeff. We got Crowd. We got double board. The morning hens are going to go nuts about this. I mean, they're just not going to like this at all. Anyway, how you doing? Look out. It's freaking Monday, and it's a beautiful hot day in the neighborhood. And you're on 106.3 with the Kimmer Flounder. Chris is actually the board guy today, helping Jeff as he learns the board.
Yeah, so Jeff has experience on the board. He's just getting experience.
So we got, and the danger was, although I heard the morning show mocking me this morning, even making fun of my cold Kimmer cookies. I only brought one extra. I didn't know we were having two guys here. Yeah, we can lower that a little bit there. Is that Jeff there? See, this means low. This when you... No, I'm teasing. I'm sorry. He's going to come here and hit me.
Yeah. He's going to turn your mic off.
Yeah, you just stay right the hell where you are, mister. Anyway, so I only brought... I only thought to be one board guy, so I brought one extra Kimmer cold cookie. And so Chris got it, and so I gave... Jeff lollipops, so that makes a difference. Anyway, so it's Monday. We got all the news. We got the vibranium blockade thing. We got the port thing. And by the way, I mean, seriously, we didn't get an answer last week. Nobody, who says Iran owns the Strait of Hormuz? Screw you. You know, they don't have a right to take it. I mean, seriously. Yeah. I mean, you know.
It's ours for the taking?
Yeah. Anybody, whoever. I mean, if you want to do it, do it. Anyway. All right, we got all that newsy stuff. Also, we're talking a lot about the Masters. Also got a lot of kind of social things. Well, the big story that I can't get over with, and I just saw some video I hadn't seen before, and I'm just ready to pull my hair out of what's left of it. Eric Swollen from California has actually on tape,
on video,
making out, kissing a hooker on the mouth in bed.
That's what it looks like in the video, yeah.
And now, who the hell took the video? And how come it's now that we all of a sudden? I mean, what is these freaking Democrats? This is exactly what they did to Biden. Only this is way, way, way worse. They've been hiding this stuff for years. Everybody apparently knew about Eric Swalwell, and bang, bang.
Swalwell was the one who went after Brett Kavanaugh when he was being...
but back when he was 16 years old, they said he was part of a gang bang.
One shred of evidence.
Yeah, a rape train. Remember that business? Yeah. Slime bags. And what's her name? Diane Finkelstein, too, with her phony freaking letter. What a bunch of scumbags. They've been hiding this stuff on Eric Swollen for a very, very long time. Anyway, we'll get to it. On video, making out with a hooker. And by the way, now you guys, I don't think you've heard my story. I won't give the full hooker story, but I don't think Jeff or Chris has heard my hooker story. About making out with a hooker. I only wish. When in Canada, you didn't hear the story? 1964. My buddy Pete got a Mustang convertible the first year they came out at graduation, president from Hotchkiss Prep School. And the two of us drove to Canada. And in Montreal, I started buying drinks for these two girls. And then they set me up with a guy, took me to a hotel to get a hooker. I was a virgin. So I said, yes, please.
Stories you don't tell on the air for 500, Alex.
And so I get in the room and I'm ready to start doing something. And I try to kiss her. She says, no to kiss, no to kiss. Like, what do you mean no to kiss? That's all I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so to hear that Eric Swollen is now making out with a hooker is doubly troubling to the Kimmers. And so, anyway, and probably for very good reasons, by the way. But anyway, I just can't believe it. They got video of him. Well, what's there even to say now? How could he even show his face in public? I mean, seriously, they're going to try to kick him out of Congress. That Florida lovely, sweet lip-face girl, what's her name, the Congresswoman, Luna Lip-face, they're trying to get a resolution to kick him out of Congress. Anyway, and for good reason, by the way. Anyway, so we got stuff like that. We'll talk about that. We got the Iranian thing. We got Donald Trump. Oh, the freaking Pope. All right, let me ask you this. First, let me give you our phone number. I got to slow down here. It's so exciting to have a double board. I mean, I don't know what to do. A double board, guys.
Two guys back there.
And again, so Jeff is going to be with us, kind of, I guess, pretty much full time.
Yes,
he'll be one of our guys.
Yes, he's in training.
Yeah. Okay. Now Chris works with us, but Chris also is a swim coach for that club called Kick You Little Bastard Inc. What is it? Don't drown, you little son of.
Mac Swim Club.
Matt, what is it?
Mac Swim Club.
Mac. Guy, I was so wrong. I wasn't even close. Kick you little bastard. I don't think that was it. Anyway, so Mac USA, and this is for what ages again, Chris? Just for people like swimming and learn to swim better, and adults or kids or what?
All ages. We actually just started a master's team, which is for adults. So on Tuesday, Thursday mornings from 6 to 7, adults can come and learn to swim or just to swim to work out and stuff. All of our coaches actually do it.
Really? Cool. Now this is for like people who don't know how to swim, or if you're a swimmer and want to get better, or you just like to swim and see what's going on with swimming, I'm assuming, right? I mean,
so the adult one is just for people who kind of want to swim, get some exercise in. The kids, it's mostly who want to get better. They do know somewhat how to swim.
Yeah. Now, obviously, if a kid is in swimming lesson stuff, he's got to, because swimming is you got to be dedicated. If this is something you want to do, like through high school or college or whatever, you are dedicated. Those guys work out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
As one of those people who did that, it is a lot of work.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so Jeff and Chris are here. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Let's see. Oh, and our congratulations, my lollipop girl got married. Did you know, Flounder, did you know that?
I did not.
My lollipop girl got married.
Oh, Erin?
Yeah. Wow. Well, I didn't see her name. No, it's okay. I'm our salespeople, and she's kind of my special sales girl, and she's been engaged for some time, and there was a pictures posted up over the weekend down in a special romantic getaway in a beautiful forbidden island or something, and turns out it was a honeymoon, and so I saw her, and so she's my lollipop. I give her 2 lollipops every day. I give her a Charm Pop, Blow Pop, and I think it's called a Charm Pop, Blow Pop or something, and a Dum Dum, which is a little smaller one. And I give her 2 of those. I leave them on her desk. I usually don't see her because she's working, but I leave them on her desk every day. And the reason is because she's really sweet and she makes me feel like a man and just a little kind of flirty teasties once in a while and lets me call her baby, and I'm keeping her. So there you are. Anyway, so best way. You don't say congratulations to the bride. You say best wishes. You say congratulations to the groom. So best wishes, sweet and my lollipop girl. So there you go. Anyway, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Masters coverage sucks. CBS, what's the matter with you? And by the way, I mean, we'd love to get your comments on the Masters and the winner and Rory and Sergio, and we'll talk a lot about that stuff. Again, Holy Crap at Sports, Pete normally does. He's not on the air yet now, but he will be. So we got a lot of sports coming up here, too. And I mean, the coverage of the freaking Masters. By the way, how many times, if you're a golf fan and they show the guy takes a swing and then the next video picture you see is of the golf ball by itself in the blue sky, moving somehow in the blue sky, but you can't really see. There's no perspective. There's no trees in the background. It's not an angle from the side.
This is blue with a white ball.
It's just a white ball in the blue sky. What the hell good is that until it lands? I mean, it's worthless. And they just put they do have the cameras on the side to show the trajectory of the shot and everything. Again, I mean, anyway. And also the graphics sucked. Dottie Pepper, God bless her, tried to say, yeah, he's hitting a 5. It's a 250. He's hitting a 4-iron. He said because they didn't put it up. I mean, it just they were hodgepodge doing it, and in fact, CBS got ripped because the last. I think the last 4 shots that Rory McIlroy took to win the tournament, we never saw. Even his putt, we never.
Yeah, you saw the back of his back.
He blocked his own shot. I mean, but how could you possibly? CBS News has been doing this for 975 years, and they have cameras freaking everywhere, and they don't see the last 4 shots and won the tournament for. I mean, it's just it's just stupid. It can't be just bad timing. Oh, by the way, one more thing before we got a little Cowabunga coming up here too. I noticed. Did you see the splashdown coverage on TV of the Artemis II coming down in the ocean?
Yes.
Well, actually, if you're watching Fox News, you saw the parachutes and you saw the string on the parachutes, but when the damn thing hit the water, you didn't see it at first because they had that line of copy on the bottom of the TV screen. You're watching Fox Live coverage of the Artemis II splashdown in the Atlantic, and then you never saw the freaking thing hit the water.
So is that important for you to see it hit the water?
Yeah, duh. I mean, isn't that it? I mean, that's the only thing to see the splashdown is the splashdown. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, seriously. And they got the freaking bet, like right now, rolling negotiations. Where U.S.-Iran stand? I mean, on the TV screen, there's always something blocking the last part. Hey, baby, how you doing? Is that our housewife? Hey, sweetie. Hey, doll. Hi, sorry. Hey, this goes way. I mean, Pete and I had a work wife, and this beautiful lady is it. And she was wonderful. And she put up with our shenanigans while we were whistling to all the girls looking out the window into the little strip mall down below us. Anyway, all right, 3:13. I mean, seriously, let's just here we go. 404-741-1230. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete will be back. Flounders here. Jeff and Chris in the double booth action here on 106.3. Look out, here we go.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Xtra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Xtra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Well, here it comes. 80s, and temperature in the 80s. Yep, so daisy. And, of course, we have that wonderful humidity. So, anyway, it's window time. Get your windows fixed. I know you've been putting it off. And I don't blame you. Well, here's the deal. My buddy Jeff at Peach State Windows, been doing this for years and years, family business. You know the whole story. Worked with him 25 or something years ago. And he knows the Georgia codes and the building stuff. And if your house needs the windows because they're leaking and all that cold air is going out and your air conditioning's going basically nonstop running, here's a deal. Cooling your home costs more than the heating part of it in the wintertime, but that's right. Jeff has windows installed with advanced heat reflective glass. It's built to block the sun, take the pressure off your AC. Right now, how's this for a deal? 8 of them, premium, double-hung Energy Star windows installed for under $4,000. How about 0% financing for 12 months? Here's the number, 770-485-8011. Keep that cool air in, peachstatewindows.com.
If you live in Georgia, you already see it. The cars are turning yellow. The pollen is here, and this year, with an earlier and warmer spring projected, it's hitting even sooner. But here's what matters most. It's not just what's outside. It's what your family is breathing inside. Your kids, your pets, you. Your HVAC system doesn't just control the temperature. It circulates the air throughout your entire home. And without proper filtration and purification, that air can carry pollen, dust, and allergens right through every room. Central specializes in whole home air purification systems. Advanced filtration, humidity control, and high-efficiency carrier systems are designed to support healthier indoor air. When you combine air purification technology with dependable carrier performance, you're creating a cleaner, more comfortable environment for the people who matter most. Right now, you can receive up to $1,700 in rebates plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making it easier to protect your home before allergy season peaks. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
Attention, Extra listeners. Tax season is here. Do you have a retirement tax strategy in place? Because tax planning for retirement is not just about reporting your taxes, it's about planning them. We work with you to create an efficient tax plan to take you through the next stage of life, the next 10 years, 20, 30, and beyond. We'll help keep the golden years golden. Our fiduciary team provides personalized guidance to keep your financial future secure. Don't wait. Plan now for peace of mind. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the Honest Car Guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Join the Georgia Swarm for an international celebration of culture, color, and community at Swarm World Fest Night. It takes place this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Enjoy performances, activities, and a global celebration of lacrosse and more. Don't miss this exciting event, the last regular season game before the Swarm head to the playoffs. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com for Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena. georgiaswarm.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
All right, there's a little heartbreaker for you. Look out. By the way, our work wife, the sweet Tiffany, I actually gave some coloring pens to her little girl to help her with coloring stuff, and her little girl drew me a picture, which I have on my refrigerator.
Are you still coloring?
I haven't. I have my books, but I haven't actually colored in a long time.
There you go. Now you have a new project.
I don't have time. When am I going to do it? And now, well, whatever. Anyway, look out! It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete Davis will be back. I've been texting and talking. and he's getting better and better, and everything's fine. Well, not fine, but he'll be recuperating here fine. And Flounders in the house, and we have both Chris running the board and Jeff, who's training, has been running the board, and we got double whammies here today. I'm very excited. This is Tom Petty you're listening to, and on this day in 2012, 5 of Tom Petty's guitars were stolen from a soundstage in Culver City, California. Petty and the Heartbreakers rehearsing for their worldwide tour. The stolen gear included a 1967 blonde Rickenbacker, again, this in 2012, a 1967 Epiphone Sheridan, a 1965 Gibson SG-TV Junior, a Fender Broadcaster, and a Duesenberg Mike Campbell model, which belonged to Campbell himself. Tom Petty was offering a no-questions-asked reward bounty of $7,500 to anybody who would lead to the guitar's recovery. $7,500? That doesn't sound like much of a... I mean, those are some pretty, like historic guitars. Anyway, what do I know? Birthday. Ricky Schroeder. If you're a parent and you had, or a grandparent, and you had a teenage girl in your home in the 80s, I'll bet she had a picture of Ricky Schroeder on her bedroom wall. Ricky Schroeder's 56. He was in Silver Spoons. He started as a kid in the movie The Champ. He was in Lonesome Dove and became the superstar, among others, of NYPD Blue. Ricky Schroeder is 56 years old and all grown up. Let's see on this. Oh, here's a little space thing there for you. Speaking of the, and I'm serious. Did anybody else notice that on the splashdown? I was watching Fox News, and on the freaking splashdown, they showed the parachutes, and then as the thing actually hit the water, all you saw was the last, like 6 inches of the bottom of the TV screen. Said, "You're watching Fox News Live, the Artemis landing in the ocean. Watch this. Too bad you can't freaking see it." Sorry. Anyway. And I'm serious. Did anybody else notice that? I mean, why do they do that? Is there not a director saying, "Oh, we can't see it. Excuse me. The splashdown should include, the splashdown." I say sorry. All right. Anyway, I guess I'm the only. I guess maybe my TV's broken. Whatever. All right. Now here we go. And if you don't know the full story on this is kind of interesting too. On the Houston problem, on this day in 1970, Apollo 13. You know the story. An oxygen tank explodes, endangering the crew, causing the planned moon landing to be aborted. Apollo 13, 1970. One of the problems that led to be necessary to be overcome was the need to adapt the command module's square carbon dioxide scrubber cartridges to fit the lunar module, which took a round cartridge, square into a round cartridge. It was done by drawing air through them with a suit return hose. The actual phrase when the oxygen tank exploded was, quote, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." Jack Swigert made that comment. "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." After being asked to repeat the transmission, that was by Jack Swigert. After being asked to repeat it, Jim Lovell responded, "Houston, we've had a problem." Again, we've had a problem. In the 1995 movie Apollo 13, they shortened the line to, "Houston, we have a problem." But that's not what either guy said. And I remember that when they finally revealed it, it was just, they never said it. Why on a mission, on an historic, why wouldn't you, what's the difference? I mean, why would they say
they're trying to make it sound like Houston, we have a problem? Is that where that originated from? Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah. And they started it, the phony, "Houston, we have a problem." And no one ever said it.
So it's a lie.
It's a lie. They never did a moon. Oh, sorry. No, I'm sure that's not.
Yeah, then don't get it. No.
That
was an entire show right there.
Go ahead and go into that one. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete will be back, and Flounder and Chris and Jeff are on the board running things. 3:24 is our time. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Newsy stuff. Donald Trump now says Iranian leaders are calling, hinting at a message about the blockade. I don't know what's going on over there. And again, we have all of the same questions, especially given on Saturday, Flounder, I filled up my tank. It was 60 cents lower Saturday than it was 3 days earlier. It was still $4.50 or whatever, but and now they're even warning though that prices are going to go back up again because of this, at least temporarily.
Yeah,
and
temporarily.
Again, we don't know what the future. They better do something by summer.
If he doesn't have this solved by summer, he's in a lot of trouble.
If we go into the fall elections and gas prices are $5.50 or $6 a gallon, and we've got to put anyway. Yeah, well, you know what the deal is. But again, he must have a plan. I trust the fact that he's figured. They must have smart people there to figure out what would happen if this and if that and if this. And clearly, they must have answers to it. And obviously, Iran is now making, hints at things. On the other hand, I don't know how anybody could trust Iran. The mullahs, they're not going to change trying to destroy the rest of the world that is not Muslim. I mean, that's their only goal, anyway. And so that's kind of the latest on. We don't know what's going on. And I guess the blockade is working. American warships are stopping anybody from using the Strait of Hormuz. Anybody. Although I guess they're, I don't know. I mean, what the latest is, I don't know. It's all changing, and I've simply...
It changes daily, so you kind of don't know where to...
Well, it's also changing hourly. If they've said, now we got a guy on TV saying that Iran has a more extreme leader than before, so they're blaming Trump for ruining everything. Here we go. I mean, that's never going to change. Seriously, it doesn't matter what he does.
There's still no point of contact that we can trust that he's communicating with over there.
We don't know. We don't have any answers. And we do have a couple of good answers about Eric Swalwell. He just lost his house. The billionaire who let him stay in his house in California has kicked him out. And that billionaire now says, I'm no longer a Democrat, I'm a freaking libertarian. And you can all go blank yourself. It's hysterical. Apparently now Eric Swalwell has been accused of rape, sexual assault, sexual misconduct. There's been something like 50 women have come forward or something to say, yeah, he's a founder and a rapist. A couple of girls say they woke up in his bed, kind of swollen and bruised, and what the hell happened because he slipped him something. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And of course, you got the Chinese super undercover honeypot spy Bang Bang. Oh, and by the way, do we have that song? Have you heard this? Holy crap! I heard it on Glenn Beck this morning. I almost reacted funny. I don't know who. I guess it's an AI. I don't know who put it together. Glenn Beck
More
had
than
it.
likely, it looks like it's AI.
It's got to be some kind of AI. It's a song dedicating itself to the California political leader Eric Swalwell. Right here, it's Bang Bang and the drum right here, if you will.
Don't bang bang. Don't bang bang. Swalwell don't want the files to drop, cause he went bang bang with bang bang. Hey, don't bang bang. Bang bang. Hey, don't bang bang. Bang bang. The case is closed, he screams and shouts, but we all know he went bang bang with bang bang. He chased Russia ghosts from dawn until dusk, scream collusion louder than anyone else, while Fang Fang bundled checks with that sweet CCCP smile, placed an intern close, stayed for a while on the intel committee, guarding secrets so tight, but his own honey trap was working overtime at night. Now Cash wants the receipts, the text, and the pics. Eric's yelling nonsense while sweating like bricks. So bang bang, bang bang, don't bang bang, bang bang. Swalwell don't want the files to drop because he went.
That's fine. That was on Glenn Beck this morning, and I sounds like an AI thing.
Yeah, it is.
And it's, just mocking Eric Swalwell. And just, the guy deserves, whatever happens to him, he deserves. He's one of the slimiest, greasiest, dirtiest liars. The man's a traitor. He's a traitor to his country. He actually tried to make America think that Donald Trump is a spy and a danger to society and the United States, and they can't stop it. As far as I'm concerned, he's like all the rest of these people, these Democrats, responsible for hiding the truth. And they all knew about this cover-up, too. In fact, remember, before I forget, let's not forget this. Joe Biden's a rapist, too. Remember the girl had the name like an actor. I'll think of it. I wrote it down here before, now I can't find it.
Who is this now?
Tara Reid. Tara Reid, not the actress. There's an actress named Tara Reid. We're not talking about her. We're talking about a staff member of Joe Cadaver Brain Dead Autopen Biden. Remember this story? And the girl, Tara Reid, used to work in the staff, and she had to quit. They forced her out because she talked about the time how Joe Biden pressed her up against a wall and abused her while she was standing there. And then she said, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Where's your hand? Hey, what are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I thought you liked me." Unquote. Remember that? No, you don't remember that. Nobody remembers that because they hid it and got away with it. In fact, the worst part of that was Carmela's side piece. The worst political candidate, even worse than Dukakis. Carmela's side piece, they asked her, well, this is back during the Me Too crap, the phony Me Too movement. And they said, well, Carmela, what about the Me Too? You're supposed to believe the girls. And she said, oh, I believe the Me Too, but we always believe the girl, always believe the girl. But I also know Joe Biden very well. That was her answer. Unbelievable. These freaking phony lying scumbags been hiding and lying about this stuff for years, and they come after Donald Trump for phony stuff. I mean, they're traitors. They ought to be in prison. What they've done to this country, I don't know how we're going to get out of it, but I'm never going to be able to talk to my family about politics. I can't be done. I mean, look at me. The rest of my life, I can never talk to my family about politics without starting something. As much as they love their daddy, they can't help it. And they don't watch the news. It's all, where's my, this phone stuff. And, just TikTok and crap. Anyway, all right, 331. It's only me. We'll get back. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, take care.
Xtra 106.3 is focused on the issues that matter most to you. Inflation, housing costs, healthcare, and taxes all shape the political landscape nationally and in Atlanta. And President Trump continues to fight the good fight so you'll have the chance to live the American dream. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra app.
Well, we got the heat, humidity, and sunshine and plant. Georgia for sure. Swalwell and Company, third generation wholesale landscaping supply folks, 11 locations. Paul and the boys, and because their name's on the door, when you call and say, I need something fast on my job site, boom, bam, direct job site delivery, hassle-free jobs, quality relationships with these guys, great prices, and they've got all the plants and trees and flowers and shrubs and, sod and seeds and irrigation systems. And if you need concrete stuff for a fireplace or a kitchen out by the pool or something, they take care of that too. And tell you where to get something if they don't have it. I can't believe it. StovallInc.com.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff and incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
It's front office lows for Howard Brothers and Steel. Nice weather means yard projects are calling your name. Make trimming, clearing, edging, and cleanup easier with the power and reliability of Steel. From chainsaws and trimmers to blowers that make quick work of the mess, Steel tools help you get the job done right. Find the full lineup at Howard Brothers. Stop by, talk with their team, and gear up for all of your yard projects. Steel and Howard Brothers, the tools and experts to make yard work easier.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing, get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice. Just east of Atlanta, there's a place where the game slows down and the good times tee off. Welcome to Cherokee Run Golf Club in Conyers, Georgia. An Arnold Palmer signature course designed in 1995, carved through rolling hills, towering pines, and wide open skies. Cherokee Run brings championship golf together with pure Georgia beauty. From perfectly manicured fairways and newly renovated bunkers to lightning-fast greens, every round feels like a getaway without going far at all. So whether you're chasing a personal best, enjoying a weekend with friends, or just soaking in the scenery, this is golf the way it's meant to be played. And when the round's done, kick back, grab a bite, and relive every great shot in our state-of-the-art clubhouse. Cherokee Run Golf Club. Play legendary. Play relaxed. Play where Georgia golf runs free. Book your tee time today at CherokeeRunGolfClub.com and experience the thrill of playing the run.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
Tug and Lowe start your day the right way on the Morning Extra.
The left doesn't get when we refer to these athletes as, look at these MAGA athletes. They're like, well, she votes Democrat. I'm like, but she's proud of her country.
That's right. And that's
first
all it
and
takes.
foremost.
That's all it takes.
And that's what we're talking about. That's it. I don't care if your politics is 180 degrees from mine. Are you proud of your country and proud to represent your country?
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Here we go. I used to love the Ronettes. The Wall of Sound. Ba-bum. I was on this day in 2009. 68-year-old music producer Phil Spector was convicted of murdering actress Lana Clarkson after a 5-month retrial. Oh, won't you be my... I had a girlfriend. This was our song, and I was the worst boyfriend in the world. Name was Helen. Anyway, Phil Spector pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. Miss Clarkson was a 40-year-old actress. I think she was in that Clint Eastwood movie where she played a reporter. Lana Clarkson. Anyway, some girls testified, 5 women, that Spector had threatened them at gunpoint in incidents dating back to the 1970s. Lana Clarkson was found dead after being shot in the mouth at Spector's home. He was originally put on trial in 2007, but it was failed to reach a unanimous verdict, so they kept him in custody until sentencing and then tried him again. I think he died in prison, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Phil Spector. And, of course, he had the famous Wall of Sound where he would overlap several recordings of the sound, and he was quite a mover in the music business, but a slime bag, of course. Our birthday list includes Caroline Rhea. Caroline Rhea is 62, former host of The Biggest Loser. She's Canadian comic. She was also in Sabrina the Witch. She's kind of that chubby blonde chick. I really like her. She's a squeezer. I like squeezers. You just
a squeezer.
You just want to go up and squeeze them. Seriously. You know why? Because I have no idea what her politics are. She's Canadian, so I don't think she gets political. But she's happy. She'd be glad to see you. She's happy, and she you just want to hug her. She just seems what I call a squeezer.
A squeezer.
Just happy to be with her. All right, now, by the way, do we have a ticket thing here?
We do have tickets.
Shall we do this right now?
You want to do it now? Sure, why not?
You guys are ready in there? It was big time.
So here's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do caller 7.
All right. Caller 7. Now, people don't use the phone anymore, so we'll go on YouTube.
And
I
then
guess
tomorrow
Facebook.
I'll have a if anything, maybe I'll have Pete text me a quiz. Since Pete's always so good with the quizzes.
Well, let's see. We could do a quick quiz here. No,
All right, no. We'll give away at 4:15. That gives me about an hour to figure out a quiz.
Oh, okay. And we're giving away tickets at 4:15, and you'll forget, and so will I. So I'll write it down here right now. 4:15 tickets. Okay. Here's what we're giving away. Is it 2 tickets? I'm guessing.
Yeah, pair of tickets.
Pair of tickets to the inaugural Sandy Springs Invitational Car Show at the Sandy Springs City Green. It's powered by caffeine and octane and benefiting the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. This is a charity cause. 100% of the proceeds go to the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. The event is this Sunday, my daughter Jennifer's birthday, ironically, on the 19th, this Sunday, 1 to 4, Sandy Springs inaugural invitational car show at City Green, 1 to 4 this Sunday. Tickets are $10. Kids 10 and under are free. All goes to the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. They'll have 100 exotic and classic cars, police demos, festival food on the green, a live DJ, and it all goes to the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. This Sunday, 1 to 4, Sandy Springs City Green, and at 4:15 we'll give away 2 tickets, and we'll figure out the little thing here. Something about cars, you know. What's a Kimmer's? What was my first? In fact, remember I did this. I went over. I think I've owned something like 43 cars in my life. I'm seriously. I think
we're going to have to name one of the 43 cars that Kimmer's had.
I think I literally between buying a car for my wife and kids and stuff like that. But cars I have bought, I've actually owned or leased away, but taken and I think it's something like 40 something cars.
I think I've had like 6 or 7. Maybe 8.
I know it
Not
doesn't
43.
Well, hell, I had when I was a teenager.
But the thing is you've also worked in radio, so I'm sure you've had a lot of endorsements and things like that. Where
but I had to pay for it with taxes and everything else. So I was still cars that I had to be responsible for, and one way or another pay for. But most of it was just hell. When I was a kid, I bought my I think I bought 3 cars before I went to college. Because they were all clunkers, about for $250, and they'd fall apart, and I could buy another one. Anyway, all right, 342. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking about me. It's a bad topic. By the way, speaking of cars, one more thing. I can't believe this. In Flounder, I think I took a picture of it, and I'll show you. I should have posted it just to show how weird, freaking crazy people are. Here's a picture of take a look at this. It's on my phone. I should post this here. Flounder, I'm talking to you right now. Here we go. This is a picture of the new Corvette truck.
That's not a truck.
That's not
you can't
real.
Fit anything in the back of there.
Well, it says American Classic Cars. This is the website that every few minutes publishes. Oh, it's a brand new 2027 Mustang 800 horsepower something or other, and it's not real. They're fake.
Oh, so they're
not real.
That's not real. That's fake.
But they're beautiful. I mean, but that's a piece. But if somebody that
defeats the entire purpose of a Corvette.
I know. I mean, it's silly. But they do this with and they bring it back the Oldsmobile Tornado, the brand new 2027 version. Well, they're not making an Oldsmobile Tornado. I mean, anyway. But it's hysterical because they're beautiful cars. They're designed great, but they're not real. Again, it's freaking AI. I'll tell you, guys like me are freaking out over AI. I don't know what's real on my phone anymore. I don't trust any of it. I don't watch those reels because I know it's all fake. Anyway. All right. I don't know what's going on with Iran. Donald Trump says they're calling. They want to make a deal. The blockade is on. I haven't heard anything about explosions. Nobody's been shot. Nobody's been blown out of the water. So I don't really know where we stand on that. So on to other things. Another topic, Donald Trump and the Pope. Donald Trump said Pope Leo is weak. And by the way, Pope Leo was the first American Pope, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a big Chicago White Sox fan, I think, which is, poor bastard. Anyway, Donald Trump says Pope Leo is weak. He'd rather have his MAGA brother as Pope. Donald Trump says Pope Leo's weak on crime, terrible for foreign policy. I don't want a Pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America attacked Venezuela, a country that was sending massive amounts of drugs into the United States, and even worse, emptying their prisons, including murderers, drug dealers, and killers into our country. I don't want a pope who criticizes the president of the United States because I'm doing exactly what I was elected in a landslide to do, setting record low numbers in crime and creating the greatest stock market in history. The Pope said condemns the idolatry of self and delusion of omnipotence in the U.S.-Israeli war in Iran during a prayer service. Condemned the idolatry of self and delusion of omnipotence. God does not hear the prayers of disdainful world leaders with hands full of blood or those who wage war. So in other words, he's comparing Iran to Donald Trump. I mean, seriously, God does not hear the prayers of world leaders with hands full of blood or those who wage war. I don't think that's true. I think God hears all the prayers of the, I think that's nonsense. And by the way, sorry, Pope.
Is he just talking about Western civilization? Or is he talking about the Middle East?
It's words. It's word stuff. It doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't make me feel more positive of my feeling about the. What do these words mean?
Or your faith?
No, I'm doubting his. I'm saying his words don't mean anything to me.
The Pope.
We all condemn war. Especially if you've freaking been in one. But trust me, nobody wants war. My God. But this is stupid.
He's trying to end one that's been going on for 47 years.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. And again, the Pope, now let me ask you this. As an ordained minister, of course, I have my own bias about this. Pete Davis, if he were here, would say the same thing. But, this guy, Leo, at some point in his life, used to pick his nose and pulled the ponytail of the girl in front of him in second grade. And at one point, the Pope didn't know how to tie his own shoes. Neither did I. Neither did you at some point. So, talk about humble city. Do you really think he was anointed by God to be the Pope? That God sent a message to all those who voted for him in the Vatican enclave? And what about the people who didn't vote for him? Were they going against God's wishes? I think, anyway. And when it's getting political like that, I just shut down. I just say, your words have no meaning to me. You're preaching, which is nice, but, it's what's the difference between that and every other Sunday? Anyway, 347. All right, it's only me. It's only Kimmer. Pete will be back in Flounders here, and Chris and Jeff together, double boarding it for us here on 106.3. How's your mind? It's Monday. It's beautiful time. We got Braves in town, right? Braves in town.
Braves in town.
Hey, Braves.
Yeah, they play the Miami. They play the Marlins tonight at 7:15.
Excellent. All right, we got prize giveaway less than an hour from now too on 106.3. All right, here we go.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Xtra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Xtra 106.3 and the Xtra app.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, 770-422 Plum.
You know what you get back when you call the Trusted Toolbox? You get your time back, you get your family back, and you get your house back. No more spending weekends fixing loose doors, drywall cracks, or that list that never ends. With our handyman for a day, one skilled professional shows up, knocks out multiple repairs in one visit. Everything from drywall to ceiling fans changed out, painting, trim work, and so much more. Stop working on your house every weekend. Call the Trusted Toolbox, get your time back, and get it done right the first time. Book your appointment today at thetrustedtoolbox.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog and our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards. So you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
Georgia Power was exceptional to Lake Point in helping us understand energy needs, energy efficiency, opportunities. What does that look like? Well, when you have a 120,000 square foot clear span space of athletes competing, you can get pretty hot, particularly in the summer. And to cool that off, they were instrumental in advising us, well, what we want to do is get air circulating. And so we put in these massive fans in the ceiling to help circulate the air and help with the energy efficiency as well, as one small example of their service.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Right. There we go. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete will be back, and Flounders in the house. Chris and Jeff working the board. This is Thin Lizzy. I don't know anything about that. I know the name, but I have no idea about
The Boys Are Back in Town. You know that song?
Yeah, I know that song. Is that them? 1979.
From Ireland.
Really? Cool. Thin Lizzy released their 9th album, Black Rose, a rock legend, in 1979. The album featured guitarist Gary Moore and the hits Do Anything You Want To, Waiting for an Alibi, and Sarah, written with Moore and about Lynotte's newborn daughter. Anyway. What song is this?
It's on your sheet, the first one. It Ain't Nobody.
Do Anything You Want?
Yep.
Do Anything You Want To. Okay. Thin Lizzy, 1979. All right, sir. To the phones, taking priority. Joan, you're on the radio. Hi, Joan. Welcome aboard. What do you think? What's up?
Hello. How are you?
Well, I'm doing sweet. So yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I'm doing good, too.
Good. So,
yeah.
This whole thing with the Pope,
Yeah.
okay, I'm Catholic.
Oh, boy.
I'm a born Catholic and still attend church every week.
Yeah.
But, us Catholics pretty much feel the Pope is...
We're losing you. We're losing you. The Pope cut her phone line. The Pope went down and stopped her from talking. This is Nazism. Oh, that's not it? What happened? We lose the line? Joni, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Can you call back?
Looks like she had a bad line.
Yeah, you had a bad line. I'm so sorry. We did not cut you off. The Pope might have, but we did not.
The point she wanted to make was that the Pope should be handling spiritual matters, not political matters. That was the essence of her.
Absolutely. Well, Joan, if you can call back, we'd love to talk to you some more because
she makes a very valid point.
In fact, I remember the days back when Catholic services were in Latin. Did you ever go to a Catholic service?
I grew up Catholic, but I never went to a mass that was in full Latin.
Yeah.
There was some sermons and stuff like that they did in Latin, but not the full service.
Originally stopped all of it. And I remember, and again, back in the day, at public school on Friday, there was fish for the Catholic.
Yeah, it was meat.
Yeah. Anyway. So a lot of things, I guess, are done by the way. But again, the Pope is stick. And again, I don't what do I know about being a Pope? I just nothing's going to make me feel better about life and what's going on, or the value of trying to stop terrorism with Pope's words. It's just.
We got Joan back.
Oh, we got Joan. Hi, Joan. Thank you. I'm so sorry. We had a bad line. Please go right ahead. I appreciate your calling back.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is, being a Catholic, I look at most Catholics look at the Pope as a spiritual leader. He's not a politician, and that's when, so many Catholics get upset when he starts sticking his nose into politics. That's not what you're supposed to be for us.
Yeah.
And also, did you know that David Axelrod was visiting him last week before he came out and made that statement?
No, I did not know that. David Axelrod, really?
Yes, he was at the Vatican City. Now, nothing wrong with different religion, but he's Jewish.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like going there like I would go, oh my gosh, I'm meeting the Pope.
Yeah.
No, he's Jewish.
Yeah.
And he goes over there and visits Vatican City, and all of a sudden, our Pope comes out and starts making these political comments against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is that a coincidence?
Well, Joan, you sound like a wise chick to me. I don't know. I think you got this nailed down, baby. I think something's fishy going on here.
Yeah, I mean that to me, when I read that, I was like,
oh yeah, that's queer.
Well, I'm the one that was. I called you about being raised by a major in the Marine Corps.
Oh, I remember.
I had. I have to be quick to survive that combat.
Yeah, no fooling around.
Yeah, there was no fooling around.
Oh, I
None
love
at
it.
all.
Oh,
but yeah,
right.
I just thought it was very interesting that Axelrod was there.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to hear that on the mainstream media.
No,
I just happened to get it in my Catholic news.
In fact, you sound like a lady who remembers the days, perhaps, when the news used to just be telling you what was going on. It was before they all became advocates for a political, cause, and just the disgrace. To me, the biggest failure of the Constitution has been the destruction of the free press.
Absolutely. I remember my parents growing up, 6 o'clock news. They'd sit there and watch it for 30 minutes, and that would be what you got.
Yeah. It used to be 15. Walter Cronkite's first newscasts were 15 minutes, and it was him sitting at a desk with a sign behind him.
This is Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite different now.
Yeah.
But anyway, just keep that in mind. When you see like I said, being a conservative Catholic, it's, sometimes it's like, I'm going to listen to you. I listen to the Pope about my spiritual life, not my political life.
Joni, Semper Fi,
Right.
thanks for calling.
Semper Fi.
Thanks, sweetie.
All right.
Thanks. Take care. 3:58. Very nice. I have a Flounders Funny back there. I think Jeff's on the board. Here, you got a little something there for us here, Jeff. What you got? A little something there, maybe? Little Flounders Funny. So you have to find, does he know about this?
I like being a clean comedian. I like it so much that I bought a bidet.
Oh, gross.
I'm not lying. I can't get my kids to use it. Have you ever tried to convince children to hose off their backsides? The whole conversation feels illegal, even if they're yours. But I had to do something because one of them thought it was a water fountain. When I first started looking them up, I was like, these are expensive, but I found a cheap one, and I recommend the expensive one. No pressure control on my bidet. Level 1 is Level 2, tile removal. I'm not lying. I took out a wasp nest that's been there for 3 years. You can break up a nonviolent protest with a well-aimed bidet. Did you know that? If I laugh while I'm using my bidet, it comes out of my nose. It's too clean.
Who's that? We know who that is?
Colin Moulton.
Who?
Colin Moufton.
Oh, excellent.
Good old Colin.
All right, look out. It's coming up on 4 o'clock. It's only me. It's only Kimmer. Pete will be back. Flounders here, and Chris and Jeff on the board. And it's a beautiful afternoon, and Braves are back. And we got baseball later on The Fan, and we got you too. 4 o'clock on 106.3. How you doing? Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The right people are calling. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's President Trump's take, adding that Iran wants to keep negotiating now that U.S. warships are enforcing a blockade of Iranian ports. This after talks over the weekend led by Vice President Vance in Pakistan failed to reach an agreement.
Some officials here say the Iranians did not have anyone senior enough to make a deal with Vice President J.D. Vance. Now Trump has ordered that blockade of all Iranian ports, which would open up any ship, including tankers, carrying millions of barrels of Iranian oil to be potentially seized by the U.S. Navy.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Islamabad. President Trump says the sticking point is Iran's nuclear program. A man who lives in Butler, Pennsylvania, pleads guilty to threatening to assault and murder President Trump, along with other U.S. officials and ICE agents. Federal prosecutors say 33-year-old Sean Monper got a firearms permit shortly after last year's inauguration, then made a series of posts about buying guns and doing a mass shooting. He has no direct connection to the Trump assassination attempt in Butler in 2024. The FBI raiding the Texas home of a 20-year-old man accused of attacking the California home of the OpenAI founder.
Investigators identify him as Daniel Marino Gamma. He's accused of traveling from his home here in Texas to San Francisco to carry out this attack.
Fox's Brooke Taylor in Spring, Texas.
Police say early Friday morning he threw a Molotov cocktail at OpenAI CEO Sam Altman's house. Luckily, no one was hurt. He then fled to the company's headquarters, where police say he threatened to burn the building down and kill anyone inside. He was found with kerosene and a lighter on him.
Sources also telling her there is a manifesto detailing the suspect's opposition to artificial intelligence and its potential risk to humanity. Court documents also confirming he got a list of other AI tech executives. A late rally on Wall Street, the Dow up 302 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
So do I understand that Donald Trump and Rubio were at a UFC fight over the weekend while they were negotiating with them? Or do we have any music?
That I don't know. I don't know.
Do we lose our music thing? There we go.
It's time for the Bortz Report.
Well, I don't think that's the one. That's how. No, you're good. You're good. This is why we have training sessions so that we learn exactly what that little button over there on the left. Now the other one. No, we're just here. We go. Here we go. Like it's smooth from the very beginning, boys. Everything's fine. There's no such thing as a mistake. I've always said that. In fact, when you first said, I said there's no such thing as a mistake.
When I first started, that was the first thing you said because I think I screwed something up. But Hangman came in.
Hangman, dangling Chad. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever negatively reacted to anything that's ever happened unless someone did something on purpose to try to make me, sound bad. And guys have done that too. I almost throttled a guy, a co-anchorman of mine in Chicago who tried to screw me over live on the air on a broadcast once, and I throw you. I said, I can't sorry. Here's we're listening to Elton John here, and I don't like anything about this song, but it was a huge song. I like his ballads more, but Elton John, 1974, number one in America's singles chart with Benny and the Jets. What is this about? Anybody know?
Benny and I guess his Jets.
Yeah, but
let me ask the internet.
Jeff, do you know? Do you have any idea what the song's about?
No, I don't.
And Chris, how about you? Have any idea what this song? Who's Benny and who are the Jets? And is it like a gang thing?
The song tells of Benny and the Jets, a fictional band of whom the song narrated as a fan. In a 2014 Rolling Stones interview, it said Benny and the Jets is a sort of proto-sci-fi punk band fronted by an androgynous woman who looks like something out of a Helmut Newton photograph.
Oh, my God. You have to make up a story like that to sing this. Oh, my good Lord.
That's what the internet says.
That's what it says. All right. Anyway, Elton John, number one, Benny and the Jets. His second number one, Elton John did not want to release it as a single, figuring it would fail. But in Canada, they played the crap out of it, became the number one song in Detroit, and other radio stations added it and went on from there. And I think it's a stupid song. I mean, it's jerky and, it's not really music. It's like herky-jerky sound noise. Anyway, sorry. That's why I'm not a music critic. Let's see. Our birthday list includes the hideous Allison Williams. Allison Williams is 38. She is Lion Brian Williams' daughter. Lion Brian, the former NBC guy who was something of a hound. Didn't he try to feel up every girl who ever walked by his office or something? I don't know. They finally got rid of him. He was the guy who pretended he came under fire in a helicopter covering the war, which was a complete lie. That's what cost him everything. That's why I started calling him Lion Brian. Well, hell, remember Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage? Remember she got caught lying about claiming that she came under heavy enemy fire while supporting our troops. Lie. Total lie. Anyway, Allison Williams is 38 years old. She was in that show Girls. I think it was an HBO thing with that fat chick who was disgusting with her little sister or something. Ugh. Anyway, Allison Williams is 38. Sorry, I got distracted there. And on this day in history, 1993, Iraq tries to assassinate former U.S. President George H.W. Bush with a car bomb. The former Bush 1 was visiting Kuwait City. Saddam Hussein denied he had anything to do with it, but he had previously promised to hunt down and punish Bush after he left office. A car bomb weighing 175 pounds was found during Bush 1's visit. Intelligence services determined the key elements of the bomb were made in Iraq. 2 Iraqis believed to be involved in the plot confessed, claiming they met with individuals believed to be associated with the Iraqi intelligence service who gave them a van loaded with explosives and instructions to kill Bush. They later retracted their discussions, claiming they had been tortured into confessing. President Bill, again, this is in 1993, President Bill Clinton retaliated 2 months later by launching 23 Tomahawk missiles against the headquarters of the Iraqi intelligence service. So there. 408. Kimmer, Pete will be back. Flounders in the house, and Jeff and Chris are on the board together. got the whole team here. Anyway, our number is 404-741-1230, and I give that to you now. Write it down, because in a few minutes, after the next break, we're going to give away tickets to the inaugural Sandy Springs Invitational Car Show at City Green, Sandy Springs. It's to benefit the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. Every penny, 100%, goes to the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. It's this Sunday, 1 to 4. This Sunday, 1 to 4, car show, 100 cars, exotic classic beauties, to help the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. Tickets are $10. We're giving away 2 of them for free. Kids 10 and under get in for free, and we'll do that at around 4:15. 408-404-741-1230. Let's see.
We got Shay on the phone.
Shay, you're on the radio, man. How's it going? What's up? Oops, it is. Here we go. Yeah. Shay, right here. Here you go. Hey, Shay.
There we go.
What's up?
You just mentioned Trump at UFC. So Sean and I are big UFC fans who watch all the fights, and so he showed up. He shows up to most. Not most. He shows up to a lot of them.
Yeah.
And he brought. So Rubio was there this time. In the past, he's brought a lot of cabinet members in the past. But it was down in Miami, so it was close to him. Anytime they do a fight in Miami once a year, anytime they're down there, they usually Trump makes the ride down because it's right next to where he is. So, he showed up. Every time he shows up, Dana White, the president of UFC, escorts him in for the main event, and
he shows up early.
They absolutely do. And he always goes up, and Joe Rogan's always doing the numbered events like that. What used to be pay-per-views, now they're called numbered events. But Joe's on the board right there, ringside, along with Daniel Cormier and John Anik, and he always goes up, shakes all their hands, greets them, hugs them. All the fighters, whoever wins, they always jump out of the ring. It doesn't matter what country they're from. So all the foreigners, they jump out of the octagon and go right up to Trump. He's right there ringside. They shake his hand. They talk to him for a while. It's amazing.
I've seen the video, and again, it warms your heart. And by the way, this UFC stuff, that's the legitimate fighting.
It's MMA. It's UFC is a promotion and MMA is a sport. Yeah. The MMA is a real real fight, and it's mixed martial arts. So it's a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of wrestling, but also a lot of boxing, a lot of kickboxing. Yeah. All that mixed up. You've got judo in there. You've got basically every.
It's a lot of ass kicking, Kimmer, is what it is.
No, I know, but I'm saying because there's a lot of publicity to the phony wrestling where the actors are pretending they got stomped on and they're flailing
wrestling like WWE and stuff like that.
That stuff is silly.
So, and especially now that UFC owned by Zuffa, and then Zuffa. So with all the different mergers and acquisitions over the years, they're actually owned by the same parent company. WWE and UFC are actually owned by the same parent company. It's like 3 levels up.
Wow.
And so it makes them a lot more synonymous now, but people still understand that one's choreographed and one's not. But even now, I always defend WWE. Yes, it's choreographed, and some people say that's fake. I still defend all the old school wrestlers. It's fake, but my God, it's not easy.
Well, they're athletes. They are definitely very top line athletes. The moves they can make, the things they can do. And by the way, if you've ever tried to fake a slam body dump with an elbow in the throat thing without actually doing it, I mean, obviously it's an incredible athletic achievement. I just think, to me, I remember as a little boy, there were Saturday morning wrestling with Bruno Sammartino and the Kangaroo Brothers and Gorgeous George and Haystack Calhoun. I just remember all those guys, and we never missed any of it. But it was all, my face, they hit him with a turnbuckle and all. I mean, and so
you got to think about with boxing and MMA. You got to think about they do 3, maybe 4 fights max a year. A lot of them will only do 1 or 2 fights a year
for good reason.
The WWE guys, the veterans, the ones that have been in it, over the past decades. I mean, they're all sorts of messed up. Most of them are, because they do this thing 3 or 4 times
every week.
3 or 4 times a week, because you got Tuesday night whatever, you got Thursday night whatever, and then they're down doing the main event.
They got faces like cauliflower, for God's sakes. I mean,
not only so a lot of MMA have cauliflower ears from wrestling and grappling, but actually the WWE guys have all the scars from the little blades that they used to cut, in order to bleed. So They cut their Ric Flair made that famous. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, good time. I know you're missing Victor Flounder. If you don't mind, you can get Mr. Kimmer a beverage, as Victor was doing last week. I see that he might be thirsty, and he's been.
They're trying to take care of the Kimmer now that I've hit the big 8-0. My God, man!
He can walk up and get his own damn drink.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Hey, one more thing.
Yeah.
There was an old former person that shall remain unnamed that used to make fun on your show of other shows. Yeah. One in particular, a Von Hessler show, where they had so many people that it took to make the show.
Yeah.
And it was last Friday. The phones were a little bit glitchy, so I didn't get a call in. But you had all these new people in the booth, and you had Victor next to you and all that. And it reminded me of how much fun the show was. After all that ridicule of how many people it took to make a show, the more people you had in there, and then you had all these other people called. And so after Ken Cook, you had the CNN girls that you were talking to. I'm thinking, holy crap, this is going to be an amazing. If you start getting people in the studio, you're going to be accused of being a Von Hessler type person. But it's makes for a great show. This was awesome.
Well,
but you need to get Ken Cook back on at some point.
All right, man. All right. Hi to your brother. Always a pleasure, you two guys. All right, man. I'll talk to you. 414. Well, there you go. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete will be back, and Flounder, and Chris, and Jeff, and in the booth, and everything's fine. Beautiful hot sun. It's going into the 80s. We're here. It's here we go. I guess I'm ready. On 106.3, 404-741-1230. We'll give away our tickets next. We got a pair of tickets to go see that car show, Helping the Police in Sandy Springs, coming up next on 106.3. Next.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Xtra 106.3.
My favorite TV show right now is, like many of you, The Pit. Life in an emergency room in a Pittsburgh hospital. The characters are interesting, each with their own story. There's one, Dr. Melissa King. She, in real life, is the daughter of Bryan Cranston. And I saw her being interviewed about The Pit and her role, and there on her blouse was a button, Ice Out. And there you go, another mindless, boneheaded liberal. How dare we find these people in this country who are here illegally and deport them? And again, I'll point out to you, you cannot underestimate the hatred the left has for Donald Trump. And the main reason he is working to deport these illegals, the undocumented migrants that the Democrat Party and Joe Biden work so hard to bring into this country because they represent future Democrat voters. This is the Democrat way back into power. Donald Trump stuck his big snoot in it, and they can't stand it. Have you heard about the Seattle mayor? In Seattle, the crime rate is 5,782 per 100,000 residents. That's 173% higher than the national average. And here comes the mayor. While the criminals are going unpublished, Mayor Katie Wilson is more worried about ICE in Seattle than criminals. She took office January the 1st and immediately ordered the police department to investigate, verify, and document any reports of immigration enforcement activity. She instructed Seattle cops, if dispatched to a location where apparent immigration enforcement activity is underway, officers will document the activity with in-car and body-worn video, validate the status of apparent federal law enforcement agents through official identification, and secure scenes of potentially unlawful acts to transmit to prosecutors. This leftist mayor is more interested in prosecuting ICE agents than actual criminals. Be afraid. Our country cannot survive too many idiot left-wing elected officials like this. At least Swalwell is on the way out. Neil Bortz, Xtra 106.3.
Quick question. Are your tires ready for spring rain? If your tread is worn, traction drops fast on wet roads and stopping distance can increase when you need it most. Right now at Marietta Toyota, they can take care of you because it's the Toyota Tire Savings Event. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1. Get the right tires for your Toyota, installed by factory-trained technicians with road hazard coverage included on eligible tires. Toyota Tire Price Match is available, plus top brands and additional rebates that may be available. Voted Best of Cobb, Best New Car Dealership, Best Dealership Service Center for 2026. You can trust the work. Offer ends April 30th. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
Restrictions apply. Valid on participating brands. 4th tire of equal or lesser value. Offer ends April 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
I was just looking. I got a bill in the mail from my last medical thing. Actually, my health insurance people paid for like $30,000, but I've got the receipts now in a safe, and you should have one too, from Atlanta Safe House in Alpharetta. They moved to Union Hill Road in Alpharetta, and to celebrate, Mark's been telling me they got like 500 of them right now. In fact, they have more Browning and Fort Knox safes than anybody in this part of the country. And Browning was my first gun safe, and there's always, I believe me, sales and rebates and specials all over the place, all the top brands. And it's not just for guns. I mean, rifles and smaller safes for pistols and bows and arrows. And, of course, for things like medical records, which I didn't have down in Florida and lost, and then the Biden VA. Well, anyway. But still, keeping your medical record safe. How about, like, now my living will? My kids don't have to worry about stuff. They need to find it. And, they can build you a vault door. They only use, off-duty armored military people and police and firefighters because you can trust them in your home or office. Always taking care of your rights and your business. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Check them out, atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Join the Georgia Swarm for an international celebration of culture, color, and community at Swarm World Fest Night. It takes place this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Enjoy performances, activities, and a global celebration of lacrosse and more. Don't miss this exciting event, the last regular season game before the Swarm head to the playoffs. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com for Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena. georgiaswarm.com.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
What's happening, man? That's right, man. Little Bob Marley for you here. 1973, Bob Marley and the Wailers released Catch a Fire, their first album on Island Records, now regarded as one of the greatest reggae albums of all time. Bob Marley, 73. The album groundbreaking, as the singles were released as long-playing records as opposed to early reggae songs coupled with two sides. Not sure what that means, but either way, Bob Marley, man. That was huge. Let's see. Kimmer, Pete will be back. Flounders here. Chris and Jeff running the board for us here today. Ron Perlman's birthday. Ron Perlman's 76. Clay Morrow on Sons of Anarchy. But, of course, he'll be remembered as the original Hellboy. And Ron Perlman Vincent on the original Beauty and the Beast back in the 80s, the TV series. That was with the girl who married the director Cameron on the Terminator.
Yeah, she was in Terminator.
Terminator girl, and in all those Terminators. And she was the Beauty and the Beast girl. And let's see, what the hell is her name? Married to James Cameron, the director.
Hold on.
Let's see. Oh, for the record, Ron Perlman is 76.
Linda Hamilton.
Ron Perlman, 76. And I'm not making this up. When I Googled more, when I get a birthday list at home at night or early in the morning, and then Flounder has one I bring in the morning, but when I Googled to see what information I have about it, and under the Ron Perlman bio stuff, there was actually a question. When you scroll through informational stuff, it'll have a question. The question was, what disease does Ron Perlman have? And the answer was, actually, theoretically, Ron Perlman does not have a disease that made his face look like that. That's his actual face. I swear to God, I'm not making that up. No, he does not have a disease. That head is his. That's his face. And it's not like, because it looks like he had some kind of horrible thing. Well, a poor bastard anyway. Ron Perlman, so what did I say, 70-something? I got it right here, 76. There you go. We're giving our tickets here in a second, so don't go anywhere. And on this day in history, this kind of a weird thing. Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe, if I remember, we talked about this a little while ago. Edgar Allan Poe was a student at the United States Military Academy at West Point. And he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to be in the Army. And he wanted to be a writer of these weird things. And so he deliberately skipped classes and didn't do his assignments, and they kicked him out. And he said he wanted to get kicked out. Which is, okay. Anyway, Edgar Allan Poe, on this day in 1844, tricks the Sun newspaper in New York. He tricked them into publishing a fake account of a balloon crossing the Atlantic. Edgar Allan Poe wanted to get back at him, revenge, since he believed the newspaper's great moon hoax of 1835 had plagiarized his story, The Unparalleled Adventure of One Hans Pfaall. Edgar Allan Poe felt the Sun had made tremendous profits from his story without giving him a cent credit. And for the record, the first human to cross the Atlantic in a lighter-than-air craft balloon of any kind didn't happen not in 1844, but not till 1919. And the first human to cross the Atlantic in an unpowered balloon actually didn't happen until 1978. Wow. Well, whatever. Anyway. So there you go. All right, now let's go. So we have 2 tickets to the Sandy Springs Invitational Car Show. First one, inaugural car show at Sandy Springs City Green this Sunday from 1 to 4. Tickets are $10. Kids 10 and under get in for free. Every nickel of it goes to the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. So this is a great cause and worth a few bucks. We're giving away 2 tickets this Sunday, 1 to 4. Invitational car show. I have 100 exotic classic cars, police demonstration things, festival food on the green. A DJ will be there. And so it's a good cause. And 1 to 4 this Sunday afternoon. Who wants the tickets? Anybody want to call? You got these tickets. 404-741-1230 this Sunday afternoon.
Family 4-pack, by the way.
Family 4. It's a 4-pack. It's a family 4-pack. So if you don't have a family, get some friends. We got 4. That's incredible. That's a great opportunity to get to know your neighbors. Hey, you want to go to car show? Absolutely. Who doesn't like car shows?
You bring your car down there.
I should drive my monster over there. Rev it up and everything.
They'll hear it coming from Alpharetta.
Like the horses hear me coming to the stable, they start kicking and screaming. It does my heart good. It really does, by the way, just personally anyway. So we got 4 tickets, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. If you'd like to go this Sunday, 1 to 4. And this being, I assume this is a digital thing where they don't have to come down here and pick them up, right?
Promotions will confirm that with the winner.
Okay, excellent. Well, there you go. Take care of those promotions, people. So we got that going for us. Later on, we'll do a Holy Crap at Sports in honor of Pete Davis. He'll be back. In fact, it's incredible. I texted him, and I think, Flounder, did you actually talk to him? I haven't called, talked. I've texted him. You know, keep in touch.
Pete, no, I've texted him. Time when I talked to him when I visited him at the hospital when you had left for Florida.
Yeah.
So, but I got a text from him this morning. He said he's feeling much better and open to call in this week.
Yeah, excellent. But the poor guy, he's doing great. But it's amazing. You know, the modern day, the Dickey Broadcasting, what a freaking healthcare plan. This is unbelievable. So he goes in because he had a little heart pain or something. So they say, oh, we'll take care of you now with the Dickey Health Plan. Hell, this is great. So they get a heart doctor and says, oh, we're going to replace that right ventricle. And then they said, well, let's see what else is while we're in there. So, oh my God, they gave him one kidney. They took his liver and put a new liver in. They got rid of his freaking pancreas. And then the bone doctor was walking by and said, oh, is that, let me check that out. They had to replace his clavicle. For some reason, they know he was like leaning to the side. They replaced his freaking clavicle. And then they had the neurologist come in and give him a new uvula. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Allegedly.
It's unbelievable. But he's doing better. He's recuperating. He's going to be fine. He's in very good hands with a 24-hour nurse. Okay. Anyway, so
first-rate nurse.
Oh, by the way, before we forget, Flounder, do you saw that tweet? This is incredible. Eric Swalwell, the California congressman who's going to be kicked out of Congress. They're going to investigate all this stuff. Apparently, he's got a nanny gate going. He and his wife faked having a nanny that they weren't allowed to keep under employment, and they paid him with his campaign funds. Swalwell apparently has been raping women for years, and then my favorite thing was over the weekend, Swalwell apologized. He said, I apologize for all of the horrible things I've done, and then he said, but I've done nothing wrong, which is fairly amusing. He apologized to his wife for being a scumbag, and then said, but I've done nothing wrong, and I'll defend myself.
All right, so here's his tweet. I am suspending my campaign for governor. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes and judgment I've made in the past. I will fight the serious false allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not a campaign's. To which Elon Musk tweeted, bro, you should definitely fight those false allegations, especially all the videos of you doing weird stuff with hookers.
There's video. Flounder, show me the video. He's on a bed making out, mouth kissing a hooker. And somebody's filming it. Or somebody's videoing it.
That's something that's been trending all weekend is who is the person filming it? Are they a congressperson as well?
Well, how hard can that be to find out? I mean, there's not a secret anymore. It's unbelievable. And he apologizes and then says, I did nothing wrong. Uh-oh, Mike the engineer, what's going on? He's messing with it. Haven't you got something to check? Check a transmitter wire or something? Have you got some ohm meters? Anyway. All right, look out. 4:31. It's the Kipper. Pete will be back. Flounder and Jeff and Chris on the board. And you on 106.3. It's a beautiful afternoon. And we'll see how we're doing here coming up in a second.
We'll do some tweets coming up, too.
Tweets will be fun. We got tweets up the gazingos here. And we're very excited about it. And we got a winner. Hopefully get a winner to these car show tickets, too. We'll see. I think we do. All right, look out.
Neil Bortz is only live on Xtra 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the Xtra 106.3 app.
It's front office lows for Howard Brothers and Steel. Nice weather means yard projects are calling your name. Make trimming, clearing, edging, and cleanup easier with the power and reliability of Steel. From chainsaws and trimmers to blowers that make quick work of the mess, Steel tools help you get the job done right. Find the full lineup at Howard Brothers. Stop by, talk with their team, and gear up for all of your yard projects. Steel and Howard Brothers, the tools and experts to make yard work easier.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsetc.com. HCIS.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Well, you can feel it coming. That Georgia heat doesn't mess around. Hey, it's only the Kimmer. How you doing? Before your AC starts running nonstop, let me point out the smartest upgrade you can make right now, Peach State Windows. I've known Jeff for years and years. He and a team been taking care of Georgia homeowners for more than 50 years, and he knows how these homes are built, how to keep the heat from taking over. Here's the deal. Cooling your home costs a lot more than heating it. And if your windows are old, that expensive cold air is leaking out and the heat keeps coming in. That's why Jeff installs windows with advanced heat reflective glass built to block the sun and take the pressure off your AC. Right now, 8 premium double hung Energy Star windows installed for just $39.95. 0% financing for 12 months. 770-485-8011. Keeping the cool air in and the Georgia heat out. Peach State Windows, 770-485-8011. PeachStateWindows.com.
The best time to shop for a new car is when selection is strong and the offer is clear. Right now at Marietta Toyota, the new 2026 Toyota Camry is all hybrid and in stock. It's built for commuters with exceptional fuel efficiency, up to 53 miles per gallon in the city. Voted Best of Top, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Dealership Service Center. Here's the difference you don't get everywhere. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. For well-qualified buyers, special APR financing is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends May 4th, 2026. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Retirement should feel exciting, not stressful. But if you're close to retirement or already there, have you ever stopped to ask, do I really understand the risks to my plan? Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Things like market swings, higher taxes, inflation, healthcare costs, even living longer than expected can slowly chip away at your savings if you're not prepared. And even solid plans can have blind spots. That's why we offer a retirement risk analysis. It looks at how your investments, income, and taxes could hold up in real-life situations, not just on paper. It helps answer the big questions. What happens if the market drops? And will your money last as long as you do? If you're within 10 years of retirement or already retired, give us a call, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com to schedule a complimentary retirement risk analysis. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you retire with clarity, confidence, and control.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Golf fans, listen up. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic presented by Venture takes over TPC Sugarloaf, and they're playing a modified Stableford. Birdies score big, Eagles score bigger. Pars, not enough. It rewards aggressive play, so these PGA Tour champions legends have to attack and make it happen. More risk, more birdies, more excitement. Get your tickets now at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th at TPC Sugarloaf.
All right, now wait a minute.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show.
We're going to have to change, formats of this.
Pete on the scoreboard.
4:30
stories prepared
thing
versus stories actually covered.
I got new people. There's stuff going on. You get distracted.
No. Out of the 14,
I got a lot of them are sports. I did some extra sports ones I want to talk about too.
3
out of 14.
3 out of 14.
That's good for Kimmer.
That's not a bad number for a Monday.
It's been worse.
We've got some work to do, but
well, I did a lot. I got a lot of master stuff. I got a lot of big things.
There's a lot of weekend stuff we had to get to.
A lot of weekend stuff there. So anyway, that's all. I hold everything. 4:37. Do we? We have a winner for our tickets. And the tickets are for the inaugural Sandy Springs Invitational Car Show this Sunday, 1 to 4 at City Green, Sandy Springs. Springs. And 100 exotic and classic cars, food, police demonstrations, a live DJ, family stuff. And every penny of it goes to the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. Tickets are $10. Kids 10 and under are free. We're giving away 4 tickets. And our winner is Steve Carson from the Woodstock Carsons. Well, oh my God.
Great people.
Right up in the end.
Great
Wonderful.
people.
The Woodstock Carsons. Good. Steve, congratulations, man. And now, do we have a Carl on the phone? Is that correct still? No, we don't have Carl on the phone. He said, screw you, I don't feel like waiting. I don't blame you, Carl. It's a tough crowd. Hey, all right, give me a break. Anyway, I'll put that back over there. And so congratulations to Steve. And
it looks like we're going to have an in-studio guest here in a little bit.
What did I do now?
What I just talked to. Remember the folks, Miss Lynn Russell and Chuck from CNN?
You know, this last week, this was amazing. Mm-hmm. In fact, how the hell did it even start?
Chuck called in to talk about...
Right. A guy I don't know, a guy named Chuck, and we were talking about the very specific spying techniques of using blood.
The ghost murmur.
The movements of the heartbeats or something, and you can pick a guy out of a cave and from space.
It's when that's how they found the downed pilot. They found him. That's how they found him.
And this guy, Chuck, was very knowledgeable, and then at some point he said something like, well, I'm married to Lynn Russell. And I said, whoa, wait a minute, Lynn Russell. You mean that hottie from CNN, that babe, this hot chick from CNN who was, very famous. She was on TV all the time, huge celebrity star. I said, oh my God. And he said, yeah. In fact, she's right here. And I said, whoa, she's right. She said, hi, Kim. I said, oh my God. I mean, it was hysterical. I was really flabbergasted that she would even know who I am. And I said,
the both of y'all were obviously very well-known media conglomerates in the city of Atlanta at the time.
Yeah. But again, still, it was just really a thrill, and I felt like a little kid, kind of like I'm feeling right now, just because it was kind of funny. And she was very famous, a big celebrity, an international star, hell, CNN. And if they're coming in here, we'll talk about the days back when CNN was the source. I mean, CNN was where you got your news.
First 24 hours news network.
No one ever heard of such a thing. Anyway,
I remember I was up in my bonus room when Bush declared the war on Iraq, when you started seeing the bombs fly over at night.
Yeah.
And I remember CNN stayed up all night on the news network.
Yeah. Well, I remember after when the Iranian hostage crisis under Jimmy Carter, 1980, Ted Koppel. This constipation. Ted Koppel started doing the news late at night, and they did a recap, and that's what led to Nightline. That was the title, right? Nightline?
Dateline.
No, that's NBC.
No, it was Nightline.
Nightline. Yeah, the Ted Koppel on Nightline every night at was it 11 o'clock or so? I think
11:30.
Yeah, and it was a huge hit. And again, and then CNN started going 24-hour news. Nobody had ever heard of such a thing. Anyway, so if they're coming in, that'll be great. That'd be really cool. All right, in the meantime, Adreno, is that soon? Because
they're going to call when they're close. So he said he was about 5-10 minutes out.
Outstanding. Well, that'll be fun. In the meantime, I'm going to give you my driving tip. I do this every once in a while.
Is this driving golf or driving your car?
No, this is driving your car tip. This is a real thing, by the way, and I'll bet you guys, if you write a note and do this when you go home, because I guarantee it'll change the way you drive your car.
Just look up.
If you're driving now, again, if you're in rush hour bumper to bumper traffic and there's stop and go stuff, don't pay attention to me right now. This has nothing to do with you if you're doing that kind of trafficking. If you're just driving along, especially if you're just driving along in your neighborhood or you're going to the store, there's not much traffic, you're just driving along your car, do this. Look up. Don't look over the hood of your car. Look at the horizon. Look ahead of you as far as you can see. And if you just did that, I'll bet many of you are saying, oh, my God, because it opens up everything. You see everything on the side of the road in all directions. And if you just look, we don't realize when we're driving along, we see the road and we're looking at stuff. But if you look at the horizon, look up. And it changes your entire perspective. I'm telling you, and again, you can't do this in bumper-to-bumper stuff like now, but driving along, especially if you're like driving down a big hill. If you're driving down a big hill and you're looking at this thing, look up. And I mean, it's almost like you're flying. It really gives you an incredibly different perspective. I know it sounds stupid, but if you're in your car right now, in fact, if that happened to you, I'd love to hear about it because I really think it's a thing. Secondly, the other second thing is, so look up, first of all, to see everything. Look at the horizon. Number two, don't look where you're going. Look where you're going to be going. If you're approaching an intersection, you're going to be taking a right, and you're coming up to the intersection and you're looking at the head of your car and so forth, you should be looking way ahead of that right-hand turn area before you get to the turn. Look where you're going to be going. In motorcycle safety classes, if you are on your motorcycle and the instructor you're driving toward the instructor, and he will use an arm motion, left or right, for you to turn. When he puts his arm up for you to turn, if you don't turn your head before you get to the turn to look where you're going to be going, you'll fail. Again, just look where you're going to be going. It's really amazing. I know it sounds silly, but it'll make a difference. And I'll tell you what, on my Harley, I almost got hit again Saturday. Missed by a woman. I'll tell you what it was. I was driving. I was taking a right-hand turn, and it's 3 lanes. 3 lanes going on to
Medlock Bridge?
Holcomb Bridge Road, which turns into Crossville.
Yes.
But as I'm coming from one of the side street thing, it's a 3-lane turn at the traffic light. There's 3 lanes, and they all turn. I was in the far left turn lane. As we're turning to the right and the other direction, a woman in the inside lane was going to make a U-turn. So she was coming the other direction at the intersection and made a U-turn. As I was making my right-hand turn, she was coming the other direction and made her U-turn right at my motorcycle. And she missed me by 6 inches. I mean, she never saw me. She just never saw me. And I'm freaking out, and then she slammed. She stopped. She wouldn't catch up to me as we're driving along because I was slapping my gun on my hip. So I think she got a little nervous about that. But the old Colt 45 gun one it was. But seriously, I mean, she almost missed me by 6 inches, a foot.
Not paying attention.
No, I just didn't.
Not
see
only that,
they
just
don't
doing
see
the
you.
U-turn. I mean,
yeah, she looked at the and didn't pay attention. And if I hadn't, seen, looking where I was, anyway, I'm telling you, it's crazy out there. Okay, sorry.
What is it for motocycles? 5 and 10 or 3 and 10? You look 3 seconds in front of you, or 10 seconds?
You always look at least 3 seconds ahead of you. But again, that looking up is, especially on a motorcycle, because you don't know if a dog or a kid or things or somebody backing out, and they don't see motorcycles. They just don't see motorcycles. They don't pay attention to them. Anyway, sorry. All right, a little listen here. It's 4:45 already. Holy cow. Kevin Pete will be back, and Flounder, and Chris and Jeff on the board on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I don't know whether you saw my Facebook posting about the Quick Pitch baseball show, but something's going on. I think they got some kind of censorship going now on ESPN, and I don't like it. Anyway, it's got 106.3. How you doing? 4:45 already. Holy cow. Here we go. Got the news and everything.
You've been warned. If the Dems win the midterms, the border opens back up. Impeachment comes down, and you get more riots in the streets. Now's the time to hunker down and vote red. Count on Xtra 106.3 to bring you the stories that matter from the most trusted voices in the country. Proud to be Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra app.
If you're looking for strength, capability, and reliability, it starts with Ford. And it starts at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs.
From the legendary F-150 to the adventure-ready Bronco to the versatile Explorer, Ford builds vehicles designed to handle real life.
And at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs, you'll find a great selection in stock, competitive pricing, and a buying process that's fast, fair, and straightforward.
No pressure, no confusion, just a transparent experience focused on helping you find the right vehicle.
You can even get started from home. Shop online, value your trade, schedule a test drive, complete paperwork before you ever step into the showroom.
Or come in and work with a team that respects your time and get you on the road quickly. That's how buying a Ford should feel.
Get started at JimEllisFordSandySprings.com or stop by the Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs showroom, conveniently located at 7555 Roswell Road. Road, just 4 miles north of I-285.
Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you can always expect the best.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage. We do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mark O'Brien, President and CEO of Lake Point Sports, the premier travel and youth sports destination.
So Lake Point Sports, it's recognized as the premier travel and youth sports destination in the country. And so while it's here in greater Atlanta, in the state of Georgia, we have over 2.5 million visitors coming to the campus from all over the world throughout the year. Our predecessors, they did a tremendous job really pulling together the 1,300 acres, and they had an incredible vision on what this could be. And it's not only, what it is from a sports destination, but from an economic impact perspective. So we generate well north of $100 million of economic impact annually.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. Look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Da-da-da-da-da. The Stones. Look out. Kimber, Pete will be back. Flounder, Chris, and Jeff on the board. 106.3, 1971. Stones released Brown Sugar. Man, was this this was a different song for these guys. It made a lot of attention in the music world and also the religious world and the TV world. Sticky Fingers was the album. The first record on their own label, Rolling Stones Records, released Brown Sugar, introduced the infamous licking tongue and lips logo. I think everybody of a certain age had that Rolling Stones T-shirt. I did. I don't think I ever owned another rock band T-shirt in my life. But for whatever reason, everybody had that, the tongue hanging out T-shirt. It was just an old standard. Anyway, and of course, now the lyrics on this one were pretty raunchy, right? This one, it's got the brown girls want to do things all night long or something.
Yeah, apparently the song's about that and heroin. And
yeah, it's kind of a off the deep end kind of a deal for the topic. Around midnight, all right. Anyway, our birthday list includes Peter Davidson. Peter Davidson's that comic. He's 33. Peter Davidson was on SNL. He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that TV series there. Peter Davidson also, among his love conquests, are included Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian, Kate Beckinsale, and Emily Ratajkowski. Among others, Pete Davidson, who's not particularly attractive. He's 33 years old, and when asked, I'm not making this up, when asked, to what do you attribute your success for the ladies, he said, well, they just call me Mr. 9. Anyway, 404-741-1230, and on this day in history, this was a bizarre...
Before you get to that, we got Gary on the phone.
Gary, you're on the radio. Welcome, man. What do you think? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer. Hey, listen. Again, I hope Pete. Pete's doing good.
He's doing fine.
But,
He'll be good.
Believe me, a lot of what you said. I know a lot of it's a joke, but a lot of what you did, what you said, actually happened to me. I went in for a little heart thing in the hospital, and every 10 minutes another doctor would come in, and they ended up finding well, we need to do this, we need to do this. So somebody ended up doing surgery on my leg, and then we need to do this, and we need to do it's just absolutely bizarre. It's bizarre. And anyway, it took me a while to get the hell out of the hospital, but finally I did, and actually I'm on the mend. But it's it's taken a couple of years, and everybody just kind of needs to look out, because just remember, those people poke their heads in the damn door, and they're charging you $400 every 5 minutes.
Well, in fact, not only that, even on my level, where I'm at the stage where I have a lot of appointments to do checkup stuff, and every time I just got another notice. Oh, it's time to check your chest implant heart meter. No, it's not. And then say me, oh, we got to scan to this guy. I say, no, it's not. There's, they keep sending me these things that I need to get another thing, and it's not true. It's just, they just build on one another to get more appointments. So doctors talk to doctors. God bless them. I'm not complaining.
I don't know how you deal with it, but at the same time, again, I know a lot of the stuff that you were saying about Pete's not true.
No, that's not true. But thank God for them. They take care of us. So.
Well, I know. But at the same time,
the doctors talk to doctors.
Let everybody know. Hey, guess what? They are, flying around your bed out there.
Yeah, they have pagers and cell phones, so they're all over. Oh, hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you're on the road to recovery. That's a good sign. And so is Pete Davis, and he'll be. In fact, he may call in this week or check it. So we'll be.
That is the plan.
But he's fine. So he's doing better. All right, 455, 404-741-1230, 741-123, and also 0. Let's see. Oh, I got a big kick out of Donald Trump went live again today. Incredible. He went live when he answered the door for DoorDash. By the way, how is it possible? Ding dong, the doorbell rings, and it's a grandmother delivering DoorDash to the President of the United States, who happens to answer the door. Now, wait a minute.
The back door of the White House, to the Oval Office.
Can you imagine the call came in at DoorDash? Yeah, we'll send Granny over there. Where's the call? White House. The White House? They must have had her on some kind of deep investigative,
She was screened, and they did the whole...
Holy moly. But it was pretty funny, and then he starts talking about, no tax on tips for, things like that, and they're all excited and stuff, and everybody's happy. The latest on the Gulf thing, I don't know. The blockade is in effect, apparently. There hasn't been any gunfire or bombs going off, as far as we know. Eric Swalwell, the California congressman who's dropped out of the governor's race now for good, he may be able to be thrown out of Congress if he can't hold a seat on. They're going to go investigate him. Yeah, he has a nanny-gate scandal where they were paying $50,000 for his nanny, even though she was here illegally, and he took the money out of his campaign funds. Ta-da! That's like 0 for 2 right there. And his wife knew all about it, by the way, also. And he's apparently been accused of rape, been accused of sexual abuse, and 3 or 4 different women, something under 100, I think, is somewhere less than 100.
Yeah.
And they say, believe the women. He's the one who said, believe the women when they complained about Justice Kavanaugh when he was 16, tried to kiss a girl at a party, and Swalwell went nuts about it. So, believe the women, all right? Fine. I don't know. What do you got? Do you got another?
An interesting tweet. Hey, Grok. This is from Gina Unfiltered. It says, hey, Grok, what are the top 3 signs a country is heading toward communism? Short answers, please. To which Grok responds. 1, expanding government control over private property and businesses through regulations or nationalization. 2, erosion of free speech and individual rights with increasing censorship and surveillance. And number 3, centralized economic planning that prioritizes state redistribution over market freedoms. It's exactly what Democrats are trying to push.
Yeah, there you are. That's exactly what they're doing. And again, if you ask them legitimately what their goal is, it's to open the borders once again, to nationalize all those people, and to shut down their opponents and federalize elections.
Create a one-party system.
Yeah, exactly. And they almost got away with it. In fact, they have gotten away with the millions of people who came into this country and are staying here. We're never going to get rid of 15 million people. Are you kidding? Anyway. 4:58. Kimber, Pete will be back. Flounders here. Jeff and Chris on the board.
How about a funny?
How about a Flounders funny right here?
This annoyed me. I was on the phone with somebody today trying to get a phone number from that person and write it down.
Your favorite.
But they didn't have phone number rhythm, and that pissed me off. I'm talking about phone number rhythm, especially if there's like an area code involved, like 212, bum bum ba, bum ba, bum ba. That is the rhythm I think we're all familiar with. This guy had no clue. I was like, okay, Hank, give me the number. He's like, all right, it's 2129. 15, 8, 11, 6, 4, 2, 5, 5, 7. Did you throw in your zip code? Because I got a lot of extra numbers over here. I have extra. I can almost start a new number. What do you got? Start again from the top. They really screw you up on the last 4 numbers. That's where they get you. 555 6 41. Dude, I already wrote the 6.
Kevin
James.
Kevin James. I love it. I was coming up on 5 o'clock. We will do Holy Crap at Sports in Pete's honor, of course. Talk about the Masters. A lot of complaints about that while I was watching there. Anyway, it's all coming together. Plus, maybe some studio visitors. And have a little fun here, right here on 106.3. Almost 5 o'clock. Kimber, Pete will be back. Flounder, Jeff and Chris, and you on 106.3. Look out.
The Morning Extra. Every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta. A Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
So Brady, Fox News. After Iran effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump ordered a blockade of Iranian ports.
The U.S. is going to stop any ship going to or from Iran through the Strait of Hormuz. Oil tankers will be turned away. Medical and food ships will be allowed through, along with ships not going to Iran. Now, the live ship tracker Marine Traffic says at least 2 tankers were turned around today because of the blockade.
Fox's Edward Lawrence at the White House. President Trump says a deal is still possible with Iran after no deal during weekend talks in Pakistan.
Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. And we agreed to a lot of things, but they didn't agree to that.
Vice President Vance, who led those talks, is on special report with Fox's Brett Baer an hour from now. U.S. officials confirming to Fox News the USS George Bush Carrier Strike Group is en route to the Middle East, but is going around the African continent to avoid potential attacks from Houthi rebels. Pope Leo says he'll keep speaking out against war, telling reporters,
too many people are suffering in the world today. Too many innocent people are being killed. And I think someone has to stand up and say there's a better way to do this.
This after public criticism from the president, who calls the Pope terrible for foreign policy and weak on crime, accusing him of catering to the radical left. One image of the president as a Jesus-like figure is removed from his social media account.
The AI-generated image shared by President Trump on his Truth Social page depicted the president in a robe healing a bedridden man.
It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
A number of conservative supporters of President Trump urged him to take down the post. It had disappeared from his feed by this morning.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The image had been posted last night, not long after a post criticizing the Pope. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
It's tax season, and by now, I know you're a bit tired of the numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud. Not all grim news. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second for your personal information and alerts you to threats that you could easily miss on your own. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to fix it. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK, 1-800-LifeLock or lifelock.com. Terms to apply.
Get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Don't be afraid. 503. Flounders in the house. Pete Davis will be returning at some point here in the near future, recuperating after surgery. And Chris and Jeff are on the board here today. And Chris, of course, Jeff's being kind of trained in as one of our new employees. And Chris, of course, is here frequently, but is also one of the coaches and guys. Are you the founder or the owner? Or you're a big with Don't Drown Kid or Keep Kicking Kid Inc. or whatever?
No, I'm just an assistant coach, but I was one of the founding team members, not coaches, but as actually was on the team when we were founded in 2013.
MAC USA, which is a swimming club. Swimming club? What do you call it? Swimming organization? What's the actual, what do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, well, swimming club, right? Are you on the phone or something? Chris, what is...
Sorry. It wasn't on a program on my headphones.
Oh, okay. Is it a swimming club or a swimming organization? What do you actually...
It's a club team, so, anybody from anywhere can come and swim for us. We're USA Swimming, which is the governing body or whatever. Also Georgia Swimming, which is another governing body for it.
So this is big time Charlie stuff. And you have kids and adults, and you have adult swim times and all kinds of stuff. So it's MAC USA.
MAC Swim Club.
MAC Swim Club. MAC Swim Club. Keep
Get it right, Kimmer.
You
ask me this every time I'm on, and you get it wrong every time.
Yes, I know, but then it makes them know that it's MAC USA. MAC. Anyway, here's our number: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. It's only the Kimmer goofing around, having a great time because it's a beautiful freaking day. Braves are back in town. We'll talk about the Masters, do a little sports here for you, and more about that Donald Trump business, about the Pope. And I don't know. I mean, this, I think people are being a little stupid about this. Donald Trump is not only not apologizing for criticizing Pope Leo, the American Pope, but he's also talking about the picture that he posted and later took down of him looking like Jesus, they were saying. I said, no, wait a minute, Mr. President, like a Jesus-like AI post. And Donald Trump said he's defending his Truth Social post depicting the president as Jesus Christ.
That's the pic right there, Kimmer.
Yeah, it's him with the shining light in the background, the American flag, and it looks, he's tending to one of his flock. And Donald Trump said, I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with the Red Cross. arguing that only the fake news could come up with a holy connection. He wasn't trying to be Jesus Christ. He said it made him look like a doctor, and he was tending to somebody who was sick, like they're doing with the Red Cross. He said, I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better. The president then doubled down on his attack against Pope Leo, saying he was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. Iran wants to be a nuclear nation so they can exterminate the world. Not going to happen. He said the Pope is weak on crime. Nothing to apologize for that. He's wrong, the president emphasized. And of course, the Pope condemned military action in Iran and had deep concern over the Venezuelan dictator being captured in January. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know why the Pope has to get involved in this kind of stuff here, but anyway, we'll get to it. Also, Eric Swalwell is, he may just be voted out of Congress. They're going to try to file charges against him. He's accused of rape. He's accused of all kinds of sexual peccadillos. There's video of him making out with a hooker in a hotel room on the bed. And the question is, where did that video come from? Who shot it? And is that person known? Is that person part of a scheme to get rid of him? And again, don't you think it's funny? The same way they got rid of President Cadaver Autopen, the head of the crime family, Joe Biden, by performing a coup against their own guy, all of a sudden, and these Democrats knew that Swalwell was a scumbag for years. They knew he was farkalukalating with somebody else's wives for years and years and years. He had that side piece Chinese spy bang bang.
Fang fang.
Yeah, well, close. And then I love the fact that he came out and apologized to his wife and his family for all the things I've done wrong in my past. And then he said, but I've done nothing wrong and I'm going to fight the charges. Like, so you're apologizing for all the things you've done wrong for your wife, but you're denying you did anything wrong for your, constituents? Please. Something doesn't really add up here. Anyway, so that's Swalwell. What a slime bag. Again, he part of the 9/11 commission. Or not 9/11, the January 6th commission, that fake Democrat commission with him on it as well. All their lies, all those years that Donald Trump 1 and Donald Trump 2. And the time in between, covering up for Biden. And let's remember, too, Joe Biden was known as a philanderer, and he was also known, well, of course, he was, involved with a woman who was cheating on her husband, Dr. Jill the Enabler, the cuckold queen. But Joe Biden, you'll forget the woman named Tara Reid, not the actress, but the woman who worked for Joe Biden as a staff member for a long time. And she was standing in a room someplace up against a wall, and Joe Biden, President Cadaver Autopen, pressed up against her against the wall and did something inappropriate to her that she was clearly feeling and said, oh my God, stop that. What are you doing? And he said, oh, I thought you liked me. Remember that? That was his quote. She said that he said to her, oh, I thought you liked me. Yeah. So he was abusing her up against a wall. But yeah, and they covered that up. And even Carmela, remember about this Carmela side piece, running for president at that time. They asked her, what about believing the women? What about the Me Too? Why did you believe the woman? And Carmela, I swear to God, actually said, well, we always have to believe the woman. But in this case, I've known Joe Biden for a long time. So, I believe the president.
Which wasn't an answer. She just deflected.
She doesn't have answers. She has words coming out of her mouth, but they're not actually, relative to the issue. All right, 5:10. Now, we may be getting some guests here in the studio. We'll do a little sports. In the meantime, which could be fun. So I'm going to do a little hodgepodge here. I want to set this up and see if you want to talk about this later, because I wonder what you would do. And in fact, I'll ask you guys right there before we go to our break. And then we'll do some sports stuff and maybe some guests coming in. So we're flying wild here. It's kind of cool. Dear Abby, I have a new close friend. I'm conflicted about whether I should inform her, this is a woman speaking, whether I should inform her about her husband's misdeeds. Before we became close, I learned he had been sexting and sending nude photos to two women I know. This husband also makes inappropriate jokes. He recently sent me an inappropriate message, which, even if he was joking, made me uncomfortable. My partner, my boyfriend, no longer wants to see them as a couple, and it has put me in an awkward position. I love my friend. We've become close, and I didn't know about this stuff until recently. I knew about it, but not before we became close friends, and I wonder if she should know about all of this. What should I do? Signed, Truth Teller in Arkansas. This woman's husband has been sexting other women, sending nude pictures to 2 women that this girl knows. Should she tell the wife? Well, should she tell the Jeff? Are you in there? Should she tell the wife?
Sure.
And should she feel bad about it? Hell no. The dear Truth Teller, Abby herself, tell your new close friend everything. And explain it is why you and your partner will no longer be socializing with her and her husband as a couple. If she doesn't believe what you're saying, see if she'd be willing to speak with the 2 friends her husband's been bothering. She needs to be informed because it appears her husband has a problem that could affect her marriage. Could affect her marriage? That's pack the bags and throw his suitcases in the driveway territory. Anyway, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. It's a beautiful Monday. Pete Davis will be back one of these days. We'll do a little sports coming up. We may have some visitors in the studio to have fun talking with shortly. Braves are back in town. We'll talk about the Masters. A lot of problems with Masters coverage, and CBS, I think, really blew it. We got all that coming up. Also, Sergio Garcia may be banned from going back to the Masters at all for his bad behavior on the course. It's all coming up. 5:13 on 106.3, and a happy Monday here on the gigantic news monster here. Look out.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our Xtra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the Xtra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Attention, Antifa, human traffickers, cartels, and woke DAs. With Chris Carr as governor, you won't stand a chance.
I'm Chris Carr. In Georgia, we will prosecute you. It's easy for politicians to talk tough, but I'm the only Republican who put gangs, human traffickers, and Antifa behind bars. I even fought Obama, Biden, and Abrams in court and won. If you're attacking our police or our freedoms, I'll be your worst nightmare.
Chris Carr doesn't just talk tough. Carr had the courage, brought the cases, and locked up the criminals. He has more than 120 gang convictions. Over 200 human trafficking victims have been rescued and seized enough fentanyl to kill 3.5 million Georgians. Carr's taking on the woke left, making crime illegal again. As governor, Chris Carr will keep up the fight and never back down. Chris Carr, governor. Real fights, real wins, real conservative. Paid for by Carr for Georgia.
Here today with Evan Ward from Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know you've been quite busy in the office these days. So let's talk about some of the things folks are calling you most about here lately.
Well, Kevin, the biggest thing people are really talking about right now is retirement. And I look at retirement as a journey, not a destination. The goal of almost everybody out there is to grow and preserve a tax-efficient portfolio so they can actually enjoy their retirement. And that's why I partnered with Market Guard. I get a lot of the same questions. Evan, when do I sell? When do I hold? And if I sold, when do I get back into the market? In my opinion, that's market timing. And in my experience, market timing, it can be quite confusing. And we have to look at it and allow the math to do the work.
Everybody has a different appetite for risk. So where does Market Guard fit in?
Well, if you want asset preservation and you don't want it to go down due to market volatility, we have portfolios that are designed for this. But if you want to participate in those larger markets, Market Guard can also offer more stock and aggressive portfolios for those that are looking for that kind of strategy. And here's what I propose for our listeners today. For the next 10 callers, we're going to do a Market Guard portfolio comparison, side by side with what you're currently doing, and we'll show you how your 401k and other investments are doing. And we'll make recommendations, and then you can see the difference between Market Guard and what it can do for your portfolio. After that, you decide if you want us to do a complete retirement plan. So give us a call today at 678-736 844-7799 and ask for your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison.
Again, call Evan Ward with Atlas Retirement. That number, folks, 678-736-7799. And you can pick up your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, this is Lowe's with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Join the Georgia Swarm for an international celebration of culture, color, and community at Swarm World Fest Night. It takes place this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Enjoy performances, activities, and a global celebration of lacrosse and more. Don't miss this exciting event, the last regular season game before the Swarm head to the playoffs. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com for Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena. georgiaswarm.com.
It's still the greatest form of advertising, word of mouth. If we could bottle it and sell it, we'd be rich. But we can't. That's what keeps it honest. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons. From garage doors to entry doors to windows, for every opening of your home, we've got you covered. Talk to your neighbors. Chances are we've worked on their home. They'll tell you all about their 5-star experience with All Four Seasons. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Up today, on this day in 1981, Washington Post reporter Janet Cook won a Pulitzer Prize for her story of a heroin addict only 8 years old. She had to give back the prize because it was all fake. She made it up, which is the new Washington Post theme. We made it up here at the Washington Post. An incredible story. And now, a little holy crap at sports. Pete Davis is not here. He's recuperating from surgical type stuff. But we talked to him and texted him, and he's doing okay. He's getting better and better, and he'll be joining us here before too long. The Masters. And congratulations to Rory McIlroy. But what a terrible job CBS did. Did you watch a lot of it, Flounder? I delayed
Saturday
it a lot.
Saturday and Sunday Saturday we actually went to a Masters party.
Oh, really?
Just, one of Veronica's co-workers. Apparently, you can order food from the Masters, so they bring pimento cheese sandwiches
and the chicken salad or whatever,
and their chips and their popcorn and all that.
I'll be damned. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it was fun. Yeah, but Sunday we sat and really got to watch it.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of complaints about it, and a lot of other people did too, including the fact that the broadcast on CBS failed to show Rory McIlroy's last 4 shots of the tournament, claiming the first repeat green jacket since Tiger in 2002. And CBS heard about it from the fans. CBS not being able to show the location of the final 2 approach shots of the Masters is the cherry on top of an all-time horrible broadcast. Very on brand for golf broadcasting. The cameraman lined up the only place where you could not see if Rory missed the putt. Only the 72nd hole at the Masters, not a big deal. By my God. The cameras completely missed showing the landing spot for the former wild shot through the woods that landed into the sand on the front left of the green. I remember saying, that ball where did that go from? I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, because on some of the last shots, all you saw was where the ball landed.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
You didn't see the approach.
Watching both golfers take their swings, the broadcast cut to a wide shot but didn't zoom in on the ball. The camera operator didn't know where it was and where it stopped. It was only after the golfers walked to their balls that viewers realized what was going on, where it was. And then they botched the angle on Rory's final putt because the Northern Irishman was blocking the hole. The biggest 10 minutes of the year in our sport, and we've got no idea where the balls are, said one fan. Yeah, and they were showing an awful lot of young Rory McIlroy fans over in his home club in Ireland, by the way, drinking beers. Anyway. And again, the camera shots, I don't know why they keep doing this, and they all do it. They have camera shots where the guy will hit a driver, and then from the side they'll show the driver, the golfer, and then they show from the green back. They'll show the ball in the air
with the yellow line.
But even before the yellow line, when they're showing, when showing yellow line, at least you can see where the ball is.
Yeah.
But that's a shot from the tee to the green. I mean, from the green to the tee. When they're showing it from the green, the ball coming at you. The problem is all you see in the air is a white ball in blue sky. There's no perspective to it.
I'm wondering if they're doing less cameras and more drones now.
I don't know, but this is perfect. They should have a drone following the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, they should have sideways so you can see the landscape of the trajectory of the ball compared to the earth.
Because what they did to preview the Masters is they have a drone that goes over all the course and shows all. They can do that.
It goes under the bridge, the famous Saracen Bridge.
So you figure they would have drones hovering over to see where the ball goes.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Terrible graphics. They didn't show. If they showed, they didn't show the length of the. If they show, hole number 14, his second shot. Okay, how far did he hit it? Sometimes they would show how far he hit it, and sometimes they would show how far he left to go, but sometimes they didn't. And you don't know what he's lying there and how far it is and what club he's using. We all want to know what club they hit. Is there any golfer in the world watching the Masters who doesn't want to know what he's hitting? We all want to know what they're hitting.
Normally they say that before he hits the ball.
Yeah, I know. But Dottie Pepper had to try to do it, but again, that was just bad
Normally,
coverage.
Don't they have someone that actually stands right there?
Yeah, and they get the number. They get the figure from the caddy. 3 fingers is an 8-iron. I forgot 5 is guaranteed. If they put down 1 finger, it's a 6-iron. Or they have things for wedges and stuff.
What's
they have
driver?
Hand signals. I think
one would be the driver.
Yeah, I think a 1 is a driver. But they would also know if it's not a driver. They could tell. But again, it's just silly things like that. We want to know about that stuff. And the graphics blocked some of the. I mean, it's just wrong. By the way. I forgot to tell this. I've got a Bobby Jones story. I haven't told this in years. You probably got this on my bingo card. I remember it. As a kid, I grew up in New England, and our country club at Pittsfield Country Club was designed by Donald Ross about 1905. A typical Donald Ross course. If you know what a Donald Ross course is, this was a Donald Ross course. And when I was a kid growing up, I think we moved to there I was probably 10 or 11 maybe, and I belonged to the country club, and the year after year after year club champion was Robert Jones of Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones.
And I don't I'm killing myself here because I can't remember if he was a son. He was the one of the Coca-Cola bottlers back in the day when there were guys who ran the Coca-Cola distributorship and bottling companies were very well off. And of course, the Jones family and Coca-Cola goes back way back. And this Robert Jones was the Coca-Cola bottler guy in Pittsfield, Massachusetts in the 60s, and he was our perennial club champion. Man, that guy could hit a golf ball. He was just a great swing and he was, I don't know whether he was a son or the nephew or a brother. I mean, I don't remember. Again, this was 1962, 63, 61, and he was at the time probably around 50, 45 or 50. So I don't know whether he would have been Bobby Jones's nephew, maybe, named Robert Jones. And there's also one of the Bobby Joneses here is on my Facebook page as a Kimmer show, or as a Kimmer friend on my Facebook page. And he, I believe, is the son of Bobby Jones, and he posts stuff occasionally. And the thing I remember about the Bobby Jones, who was our club champion growing up as a kid, he did not like children, and we were scared to death of him. Oh my God! If we would go in the locker room and goof around and stuff, and he would give one look at us, and we would scatter because he scared the crap out of us. But man, he could hit a golf ball. Anyway, so I grew up as a kid with Bobby Jones's nephew, brother, son, I don't know, but it was a thrill to watch him play golf. He could really, really hit it. All right, a quick thing. If you didn't hear about Sergio Garcia acting like a jerk at the Masters, a 46-year-old Garcia, they won the green jacket in 2017. On his final round yesterday, tore up the turf on number 2. He got mad. And in fact, he got so mad and he did something so bad, they had to give him a code of conduct warning by a tournament official 2 holes later. If he had done it again, they eventually would have had to kick him out entirely. At last year's British Open, Sergio Garcia played most of his round and the last round without his driver because he slammed it into the ground and broke it. That was last year. In 2019, he was disqualified in Saudi Arabia for damaging greens in frustration. In 2022, he got in a fight with a Wells Fargo Championship guy over a lost ball. In 2012, he shot a third-round 75 that knocked him out of contention and said, "I'll never win the Masters. I'm not good enough." And then this particular temper tantrum yesterday, he made 2 swipes at the ground with his driver, took a huge divot out of the ground on the tee, and then smashed his driver against the bottom part of a water cooler, snapped the shaft above the club head, and destroyed the water cooler. And so, I mean, that's just bad everything. That's just bad everything. Another quick sports up. I got another couple of sports stories here, too. Oh, this is really cool. This involves basketball. And again, Braves are in town against the Marlins for a 3-game series. All-night game, 7:15-ish. And in fact, we're going to have a couple of guests in the studio, but I guess I can't find a place to park because of the ball game.
Chuck and Lynn, I apologize. We'll get you on here this week.
Again, I don't know what to do. Is there something we can do to help them? I mean, it's just the crowds.
Yeah, because we got kind of a last-minute call from them. They wanted to come in and chat with you, which we wanted to do, but it was a Braves game, and it's kind of difficult to get parking down here when everyone's coming in for the game.
Yeah. So at some point,
we'll get them in here this week.
Very excited to do that. And again, maybe we made have set the planet better. A couple of basketball things. Cooper Flagg, the rookie, he's got to be pick of the rookie of the year. He has to be the favorite rookie of the year. Cooper Flagg is now out of basketball for the rest of the year because of a sprained ankle yesterday. Number 1 pick, Cooper Flagg. Was he Duke or UNC? Where did he come from? Duke.
That gross.
Yeah. Chris, you're not a Duke fan, are you?
I went to UNC.
Of course. UNC. I told you at the time when I was a prep school student, and my buddy Al Williams, and he went to Kent prep school, and Al Williams and his mother drove us to the South, where we tried to get our senior year in prep school and the summer break before that, or some break, she drove us to Duke and UNC to do interviews about being admitted to their college programs at Duke and UNC, and they both said no. They want you Northerners coming down here to spoil our beautiful landscape. Anyway, so Cooper Flagg from Duke has ended his season because he twisted his ankle trying to tip in his own miss on a couple of Bulls defenders. He was ruled out minutes later. He finished, Cooper Flagg finished the rookie season averaging 21 points, 5.5 rebounds, almost 5 assists, and a couple of steals in 70 games. He leads Dallas, the Mavericks. He leads them in total points, rebounds, assists, and steals, and he finished only 5 blocks behind his teammate, Daniel Gafford. He's a rookie. The voting will be close between Flagg and his former Duke roommate, Knipple. He averaged 18.5 points and rebounds and assists, too, for the Charlotte Hornets. And he broke the rookie record with a 273 made 3-pointers. Man, these guys can, I'll give them that. They can freaking shoot. And they're kids. And anyway, so Cooper Flagg's out for the rest of the year. And one more thing, the Bucks coach, Doc Rivers, may be out of the ball game. Doc Rivers departing the franchise, they say, after a disappointing 32-50 season. They lost their finale to the Sixers by 6 points. Doc Rivers is 64. He said they'll be in the market for a new coach. He said he's getting old, 64, wants to spend time with his grandkids, as maybe stepping away from coaching the Bucks. Refused to make any announcement because he said you never know, but clearly he may be an advisor with a team in the future, but it looks as though Doc Rivers will be out of the coaching. He was getting about $10 million a year or something like that. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder will be Pete will be back, and Flounder and Chris and Jeff, and it's 5:31, and we got so much more here on 106.3. How you doing? There we go. Look out.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra app.
Okay, how about that power bill, huh? Isn't that something? How about that something? Hey, take my wife, take her power bill. How about doing something to get rid of those crummy old windows and keep your air conditioning costs down? Jeff at Peach State Windows, worked with them for 25-something years, serving Georgia homeowners for decades and decades. And we know, air conditioning is a big-time Charlie thing. Old windows are a big reason why it's costing so much more these days. Heat pouring in, the cold air is going out. Well, here's the deal. Peach State windows have heat reflective glass that help block the heat in the first place. And how's this for a deal? 8 premium double-hung Energy Star windows installed for $39.95, under $4,000. 0% financing for 12 months. How about that deal? And by the way, if you only need 6, get 6. If you need 15, get 15. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what they do business, Jeff. And it's Peach State Windows, 770-485-8011. PeachStateWindows.com.
This is Flounder, and if you want fewer HVAC surprises, call Dobbs Heating and Air. The Dobbs Club membership includes 2 maintenance visits a year, and right now you get a 3rd visit free. That means better efficiency, longer system life, and improved indoor air quality. You get priority scheduling, 15% off repairs, and no overtime charges. Plans start at just $199 with membership starting at $17 a month. Service calls are only $85. Dobbs Heating and Air, local, honest, and dependable. Find them at dobbshvac.com.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff, an incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Attention, Xtra listeners. Tax season is here. Do you have a retirement tax strategy in place? Because tax planning for retirement is not just about reporting your taxes, it's about planning them. We work with you to create an efficient tax plan to take you through the next stage of life, the next 10 years, 20, 30, and beyond. We'll help keep the golden years golden. Our fiduciary team provides personalized guidance to keep your financial future secure. Don't wait. Plan now for peace of mind. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich is strongly endorsing conservative Rick Jackson for governor. Here's Newt.
Few fought harder for President Trump than me, but nobody will fight harder for you than Rick Jackson. I've known Rick for over 20 years. He came from nothing, built a real business, and saved thousands of lives through his conservative Christian organizations.
America First warrior Newt Gingrich strongly endorses conservative Rick Jackson.
Like Trump, Rick is a once-in-a-generation leader. And like Trump, he can't be bought, he won't be intimidated, and the corrupt insiders know it. That's why they're scared. Rick will freeze insane property taxes, cut income taxes, and he'll fight for you, not the insiders. Join me in supporting my friend, Rick Jackson.
Stand with conservative Newt Gingrich and vote for the conservative outsider, Rick Jackson, for governor.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
The Morning Extra, starting your day the right way. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
You know, if I can't figure out how to update my driver's license to reflect where I live, so if there's a scenario where I try to get on a plane or, buy alcohol or do whatever it is I'm going to do, if I can't update my information, maybe I shouldn't be voting.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Xtra 106.3.
I remember this song kind of caused a little bit of a stir because it's Daddy and his daughter. Yes, a love song, Frank and Nancy Sinatra. I used to like the song. I still like the song. I think it's got great harmony. A little place, a drink. 1967, the Sinatras. Nancy and Frank, #1 in Britain on the singles chart. Something Stupid, making them the only father and daughter to have a British #1 single as a team. The song was written by folk singer Carson Parks, originally recorded in 1966 by this guy and his wife, Carson and Gail. Robbie Williams recorded the song as a duet in 2001 with Nicole Kidman. And that went to the top of the British charts. I've never heard. I'll be darned. I didn't know about that. Anyway, Frank Sinatra, 1967. And it was kind of controversial because people thought it's too kinky to have a daughter and, talking about how she loves the guy with it. But that's silly. I mean, stupid, but it was a thing back then. Let's see what else we got here. And, of course, I could tell my Nancy Sinatra story. I've been sitting around with her in the afternoon. You guys haven't heard
you did it last week.
I did it last week. My Nancy Sinatra story when I was with Nancy Sinatra for the day with Jim Neighbors and let's see, Jim Neighbors, Nancy Sinatra, and God. Carol Burnett, who kissed me on the cheek and was in the paper. And never mind.
Did Nancy's boots walk right over you?
They might have. Yeah, it's true. She was so teeny. I won't do the whole thing I did talk about last week. She was so teeny. She looked as though you could put your hand around her waist. And your hands around. And she wasn't very happy about being there. It was a Camp Pendleton, celebrating the Camp Pendleton birthday or something. Anyway, let's see. Our birthday list includes who we got. We got it here. How about Bill Conti? Bill Conti is 84, the conductor and composer. Bill Conti, 84, did the music for Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. He did the music for The Karate Kid, music for For Your Eyes Only, and the music for The Right Stuff. Bill Conti, 84 years old today. And speaking of music, Peebo Bryson is 75. Peebo Bryson, If Ever I'm in Your Arms. Yeah, that song, stupid song. Anyway, Peebo Bryson, 75. A couple of sports things. On this day in 1984, Pete Rose smacked his 4,000th hit. The only player with more was Ty Cobb, had 4191. And in 1984, Pete Rose went to 4,000. He eventually beat the final mark, finishing the career with 42.56. And Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame. The ban was posthumously lifted when he died, and Pete Rose is in the WWE Hall of Fame, it says here. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's see. I
believe Pete Rose is now in the Hall of Fame. They lifted the ban recently and put him in. Yeah, after he had passed away, they did put him in.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, I saw an interview. Mark Wahlberg is in talks to do a buy-up about him.
About Pete Rose?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I wonder if they're going to include he was a rotten guy as a human being, a dad and a husband.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it right.
Well, if they're going to talk about all the bad stuff that he was,
but he was he was a hell of a ball player.
A hell of a ball player. The head first slides and they're knocking over the catcher. I mean, there's one thing after another with Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle. No question about it. Let's see. What else? I've got more. Yeah, I'll get to that stuff later. This just into me. I just saw this, and I'm kind of flabbergasted. Here's the headline. Katy Perry fights back against Ruby Rose's categorically false sexual assault allegations. Katy Perry, sexual assault allegations? A girl named Ruby Rose. Do you know that? Have you ever heard of you guys know Ruby Rose? Is that a social media person, or do you have any idea? Anybody in there? Anybody in there? Ruby
yes,
Rose?
I have. She's a singer, I believe, or actor.
Aha, that's Chris.
So she is an Australian model, actress, and television presenter.
Aha. Well, Ruby Rose alleges that Katy Perry sexually assaulted Ruby Rose 20 years ago. Katy Perry says it's reckless lies. Orange is the new black actress. That's what Ruby Rose is doing now. 40-year-old Ruby Rose, Orange is the new black actress, made the claims responding to an article about Katy Perry's reaction to Justin Bieber's Coachella performance on Saturday. Coachella also made the news because apparently Starbucks was one of the sponsors, and the people stood in line for hours. Instead of enjoying Coachella, it was like 85 degrees in the heat and humidity, and they stood in line for hours for some special blue-colored iced coffee, something or other, whatever. Anyway, this girl says Katy Perry sexually assaulted me at a Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a crap what she thinks? This girl wrote on social media. A Thread user asked her to expand. Rose said, Oh, wait a minute. Let's get this straight. Asked her what happened. Rose wrote, after it, I threw up on her. After the assault, I threw up on her. I told the story publicly, but changed it to be a funny little drunk story because I didn't know how else to handle it. Later, Katy Perry agreed to help me get my U.S. visa, so I kept it a secret. But I did tell y'all she wasn't a good person. Instead, I got attacked by everyone. Katy Perry says it's nonsense. The allegations circulated on social media about Katy Perry not only categorically false, they are dangerous, reckless lies. Miss Rose has a documented history of making serious public allegations on social media against individuals, claims that have been repeatedly denied by those named. Rose said it took her 20 years to come forward with the claims. I was in my early 20s. Again, she says she was raped by Katy Perry. I was in my early 20s. It's taken 2 decades to say this publicly. Although I'm grateful to have made it long enough to find my voice, it just shows how much of an impact trauma and sexual assault takes. Thank you for seeing me. She detailed the incident, wrote that as a woman for a myriad of reasons, opening up about W-on-W, woman-on-woman violence, and sexual abuse seems to be 100 times harder than speaking about the male predators, at least for me. She's not interested in filing a police report or anything and welcomed legal action from Katy Perry. Katie's more than welcome to sue me. She won't because it happened. I have, oh boy. She said, I have photos, and it was literally in public and witnessed by many people. Plus, there's so much more that happened in the years leading up to her silly song. She won't want me discussing. The psychological manipulation was strong with that one, she wrote. Rose detailed her struggles with mental health her entire life. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, dark times, but anyway, she said there's video and photos. I wonder whether what she means. Now, she said, let me get the words here. Actually, against sexual assault, Katy Perry sexually assaulted. She doesn't say rape. She says sexual assault at a market. Let's see. She says sexual assault. So that could be all kinds of things, including groping and humping. And, I mean, who knows with, girls drunk at a thing. Is that a thing? Should we be nervous about that? 20 years old, 20 years ago?
It's like she said it took her 2 decades for her to come out with this.
Well, I wonder, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm repeating what it is. I don't know whether it's legit or not.
If she has pictures and stuff like that,
well, we'll find out if Katy Perry's going to sue her if she calls her reckless, dangerous lies. That's legal talk.
Absolutely.
But we'll see. And again, that's before you would have to prove actual malice, an event that happened before Katy Perry was Katy Perry. And nowadays, if Katy Perry tries to sue you or say something bad about her, you would have to prove that you were going after her just for the reason of destroying her. And that might be hard to prove. This girl who was answering a question on a podcast or something. So anyway, it's holy cow, 5:45 already. Kimmer, Pete will be back. Flounder, Jeff, and Chris are here, and you are here on 106.3. Happy Monday, beautiful afternoon. Braves in town against the Marlins, and that's why it's so crowded down here at the Battery. Here we go.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Xtra 1063 app.
Right now, new car prices are out of control. Yes, it's more affordable to buy a used vehicle, but can you really trust what you're getting? That's why I use VIX Auto Care. VIX can perform a pre-purchase inspection of the vehicle I'm thinking about. They'll check it out from top to bottom, so I know if there are any potential problems. VIX helps me make the right decision. So before you buy, give VIX a try. VIX Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them at VIXAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. And if you're driving back from the game, you might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who's recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state after 21 consecutive years as a Georgia super lawyer. Hagan-law.com, Hagan-law.com.
Get ready, Atlanta. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by Venture, returns to TPC Sugarloaf. See PGA Tour champions legends compete up close in a world-class tournament experience packed with action and unforgettable moments. Bring your friends and be part of one of Atlanta's premier sporting events. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th. We'll see you there.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done. Everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
You've worked hard to build your investments, but are they positioned the right way from a tax perspective? Because it's not just what you make, it's what you keep. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Many investors don't realize that their portfolios may be creating unnecessary tax exposure. Capital gains, required minimum distributions, inefficient account placement can quietly reduce your returns, especially as you approach retirement. At Nicholas Wealth Management, we help clients evaluate whether their investments are structured in a tax-efficient way, looking beyond performance to understand how taxes impact income today and your legacy tomorrow. Are your assets in the right accounts? Are there opportunities to reduce further tax liability? Is your strategy aligned with your long-term retirement goals? Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 678-990-8500. Schedule a complimentary review. That's 678-990-8500 or visit nicholaswealth.com. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you keep more of what you've worked so hard to build.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Spring is here, and it's time to transform your outdoor living space into a beautiful oasis. At Stovall & Company, wholesale landscape supply, we have what you need to make your landscape dreams a reality.
Stovall has been supplying the landscape industry for more than 75 years.
So check us out at StovallInc.com.
Stovall has it all.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
It's the Kimmer Beatles, the old Beatles. Da 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 dong dong da dong dong. By the way, can someone explain to me why I keep getting texts from James Tallarico, the Democrat communist running for the Senate in California? And I'm getting texts to send him money. Somebody did this to me as a joke, apparently. But I get it every day. Somehow.
I get one or two a day. I'm starting to get them.
Democrats from California?
No, mine are more Republicans.
Well, I get all the local ones, but I mean California Democrat. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. It's the Beatles, 1965. The Beatles record Help was an evening recording session at Abbey Road Studios, London. During an interview with Playboy magazine 20 years later, John Lennon recounted, 15 years later, John Lennon said, "The whole Beatles thing was just beyond comprehension. I was subconsciously crying out for help." And that's why they wrote Help. He was subconsciously crying out. The Beatles. The old Kimmer Beatles. I love them. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us. Kimmer, Pete will be back, and Flounders here, and Chris and Jeff are on the board. And a bunch of birthdays here. We got a great final Flounders Funny for you coming up, too. Gary Kasparov, the chess Russian guy, 63 years old today. Some musical birthdays. Jack Cassaday, 82, Jefferson Airplane. Jimmy Destry from Blondie is 72. Mark Ford from Black Crowes is 60. You know I got thrown out of the Black Crowes? Because I couldn't do that song, Hey Little Girl.
Because you kept on cussing.
I couldn't do it. You know, it's Hey Little Girl. It's kind of I just can't do it. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Reverend Al Green, 80 years old, superstar soul singer. Let's Stay Together. Al Green. I caught one of his roses during the Olympic down at the what's the name of the Blues House? House of Blues.
House of Blues.
And I was there with my wife. And Al Green was throwing out roses, and I absconded with everybody around me and threw them apart and grabbed that rose. As is my wont. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. In fact, let's do this because we're almost out of time. Oh, and then I do want to do a very important Civil War story here for you too. First of all, Eric Swalwell is going to resign. Swalwell has announced today he is resigning from Congress after the fact that he got caught being a rapist and a scumbag and a liar and a cheat and been doing it for years, and the Democrats all knew it. And then when they realized that people are going to know about this, they said, well, we got to get rid of him because he's not going to win the governor's election in California. Sexual assault cases involving lots of different women. Every one of his lawmakers said, no, we don't. We got to get rid of him. The guy, a billionaire who's lets him stay in his house in California, kicked him out.
And evicted him.
Evicted him. And there's video going around now of Eric Swalwell making out with a hooker on a bed in a hotel room. Who took the video?
Yeah.
And how long ago was this? And it got covered up. And it may only be like a couple of years ago. It's not like he was 22 and in college or something.
There was one video where someone was making a claim that it was a congressman from Arizona.
It wasn't even him?
No. That the person.
The woman.
The person you can't see. The person you can't see.
Was a congressman from Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway, Swalwell says, I'm aware of the efforts to bring an immediate expulsion vote against me and other members. Expelling anyone in Congress without due process within days of an allegation being made is wrong. But it's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress. He will work with the staff to continue serving California. Oh, please, slime bag. And now Swalwell's under investigation by the Manhattan DA. You can't trust these bastards, though. Alvin Bragg and those scumbags over allegations that he assaulted a former staffer sexually 2 years ago at a gala in New York. The former employee woman said she met Swalwell for drinks late at night in April of 2024. They said she could only recall fragments of the night, but I remember telling Swalwell, no. Later, she told a friend she believed she'd been sexually assaulted, and she was silent for years, 2 years, for fear of retaliation. But now she said the public has a right to transparency. I have no skin in the game of who becomes governor of California. This woman's in New York. I feel people have a right to know whether the person who leads a state that's safe haven for so many women actually treats women with dignity and respect, or if they don't. No one protected me from him, so I have to protect other young women like me who aspire to work in this field, and he could prey upon as well. And of course, everybody's now saying he's got to go, and now he's out. Well, he knows he's a bum. He's a slime bag, and he's one of the traitors who was after doing nothing but going after Donald Trump for 8 years.
3 kids?
God, three children. Wow. Well, good. And they're going to have to live in the shame of this. What a scumbag. And now they know all about Daddy. I'll bet they didn't know about this, and they look young. Does it say how old they are? They look. He got the guy. Oh, Gesundheit.
Let's see.
And they look young, and they're going to know about Daddy now. Unbelievable! What a slime bag. And because he's a powerful member of Congress, thinking they can get away with it. Taking all his remember the shots of him with his shirt off, bare chested riding an elephant or
that was
giraffe or something.
No, that was Putin.
No. Putin did too, but no. Eric Swalwell. There's a picture of Eric Swalwell.
He did the weights.
Yeah, but there's a picture of him without his shirt on, and I believe it was on a camel or a rhinoceros or something. Anyway, slime bag. All right, so that's fine. Holy cow, 5:50. And one more Flounders Funny before we pack it in. Boys, what do you say? Here we go.
When I was in college, I worked at a comedy club, okay? And it was owned by this guy named Freddie DeMarco. He was 100% New York Italian, and he owned a bar in the middle of Missouri. It seemed a little witness protection type stuff, but... nobody asked questions. Freddie was good to me. He treated me like a son. He was a mentor to me. In my senior year of college, I went to him. I said, Fred, I think when I graduate, I want to be a stand-up comedian. He's like, hey, Craig, I don't know, man. You're a wrestler, man. You're a wrestler. Comedy and wrestling, Greg, they're very different things. I'm like, yeah, Fred, I wasn't planning on wrestling the audience. Let me make a couple of calls, Greg. I can't promise you anything. I don't know. And then he did. He's a really cool guy. He set me up with a job in Chicago, and he was going to get me introduced in the Chicago club scene. But I told you guys, I took that job at Procter & Gamble. I chickened out, And I had to tell Freddie. Like, Freddie, I took a job at Procter & Gamble. Greg, why would you do it? Man, you're going to be bored, Greg. I just fell asleep between the words Procter and Gamble. No, Fred, it's a good job. They're giving me a company car. Yeah, they give me a company car, right? That's how they trick you into being bored. You really want to sell soap the rest of your life? I'm like, I'm not selling soap. I'm actually selling peanut butter. Oh, why didn't you say so, Greg? I mean, that's an entirely different situation there. Here I think you're selling soap, but you're selling peanut butter. That's going to be a lot of excitement, Greg. I mean, think all the fun you're going to have with peanut butter. I mean, creamy one day, crunchy the next day. Greg, get in your company car and drive it off a cliff. I worked there for 10 years, and I told you guys, I loved it. I told you guys I did, but I could never get comedy out of the back of my head, and one day I did a crazy thing. Like, I went into my boss's office, and I just quit. And Freddie was my first call, because I knew he was the only one that would understand. I go, Freddie, I did it. I quit P&G. I'm going full-time comedy. Craig, why would you do that? That's a good job, man. They gave you a company car. You said it was boring. I said that a long time ago, Greg. I mean, you're not a young guy now. I mean, your life's almost over. You're supposed to be bored, Greg. I mean, get a hobby. Play golf or something. You don't quit your job. I mean, comedy is a tough business, Greg. I mean, people don't need comedy, Greg. You know what they need? Peanut butter. They need peanut butter. There's a lot of stability in peanut butter, Greg. I tell you what.
Stability. Peanut butter stability, and that is Greg
Warren.
There you go. Chris and Jeff, thank you, boys, as always, and Flounder as always. And Pete Davis getting better. And in the meantime, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting.
This is the Fox News alert. He will leave office. I'm Lisa Lacera. California Democrat Eric Swalwell says he will resign from Congress after allegations of sexual assault.
Congressman Eric